Okay, so first of all, that thing you said isn't even true. That's not even true. I was gonna comment like, oh yeah, I guess it is a little early. I either start at this time or 30 minutes later. I was gonna say, damn, I used to start like 3 hours earlier. No, no, you're just baiting me. You're rage baiting me. Are you gonna sleep at a reasonable hour? It's more reasonable for me than it is for you. All right, pot, meat, kettle. Also, hello to everyone. Hi. Yeah, first is gone. It got scooped up pretty quick. Anyway, yeah, we're back. You know how this shit works at this point, all right? I don't need to do any introductions, although I feel like I'm missing something on my overlay. Sleep is for the weak. No, sleep is for the healthy. You need to get sleep. I don't actually know. I was gonna try and do something stupid, which is draw at the same time. But it will not work. I'm telling you right now, it'll not go well. Ragebait was in second year of Onion School. They should have invited me to Onion School. Onion School and also Vera. Why? The onion be made... Sorry, how not to punch people who do Shrek jokes? Do you mean because you have layers? And make people cry. I want to take Make People Cry 101 or to reverse psychologize how to make people cry 101 because onions very make me cry. It's not even normal make me cry, it's advanced. It was follow-up. Ugh. Okay. So the plan today is obviously run around the grass until we get the differently colored pixel because it'll happen today. It will happen because I said so. But the theoretical secondary goal of today was that I have my sketchbook and my pen in hand, which you cannot see, but I can see. That's the important thing. And I have my Pinterest refs up and I'm already intimidated because it's not a stream that I do if I'm not bitching and moaning about the exact same shit every single time. I hate designing my characters that I made. But I'm like, I gotta. And you may say, why can't you do it earlier? And you know what? I was actually being productive earlier, so... Oh, right, you forgot to say so the last two streams, so that's why we didn't catch the differently colored pixel. No, sometimes I just lie for fun. Sometimes I just lie for fun. Or I'm setting up the energy. Everyone, get excited, we're gonna get the shiny today, yay! And then we don't. And I'm like, oops. Oh well. And then it's like, well, actually, that's kind of wholly expected, but whatever. Oh yeah, this is weird. Okay, so I have my snipping tool. So the layout on my screen is a little fucked up. So I did actually find out a way to like pop out the OBS screen, like what it's recording, so I can see it separately. But I can't see the chat. And yes, I could move it to a different window, but that would involve messing up my whole OBS layout, and to be honest, I don't want to touch it at all, because it feels like as soon as I move something, everything else is messed up, so, you know, we're not doing that. So what I have is I have a snipping tool screenshot of my Pinterest board for this character I need to make. Yes, need to, as if I'm being held hostage, forced to make this character that only exists in my brain, and I need to know what she looks like. So I was going to be looking at that and trying to do what I did for this other character that didn't even really work, to be honest. I just ended up drawing like, you know what, we're gonna count. I love counting. 15. 15 circles with hair that's all kind of similar, but all slightly different, and they all suck. Because I'm bad at drawing hair. I want you to know that since last stream, each time I did a joke, I ironically thought you can't make ironic jokes without turning them real. I'm telling you. Once you realize it, you can't unrealize it. Sorry. You know what? It is funny. I'm not gonna even pretend. Look, it was something I realized, um, I don't even remember when. When did the Roblox oof start becoming into the common lexicon? When did that start happening? I'm like, was that when how late into high school was I? Either way, it was around then. And of course it's like, oh, cringe, Roblox. Now everyone plays Roblox. Not me though, because I'm different. I'm special. In parentheses, over the age of 15. But yeah, we would like send it to each other in messages, ironically, and then it's like, oh, wait a minute, we're just saying this now. We're just saying Roblox oof. Oh no. So that was the first time I've ever noticed it. But then I don't remember when it was using like :3 to make a cat face, or like oh whoa, ooh woo. Yeah, after a while just started including those in text messages for real, and now I just type like that. So it's like, okay, yeah, we cannot be doing this. It becomes real. I don't know anyone who plays Roblox. See, I don't think I do either, but I know that it's very popular. I don't know how popular it is with people who are not in middle school, but I don't know. My perception of it is also skewed because it feels like I see, like, Dandy's World, I think it's what it's called, characters, like, everywhere, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this? I still don't know. I think it might be some mascot horror thing, or you'll get a bunch of, I can't believe creator did this type videos, and it has Roblox characters. So I'm like, I guess Roblox is popular. Also, when Dress to Impress was a thing, I feel like it's not really a thing anymore, so I have no idea what happened with that. That plus all the other controversies that they have. Actually, last time I heard about Roblox was Neopets related. Because for some god-for-fucking-saken reason, they did a Roblox collab. The Neopets team, who I will abbreviate to TNT from now on, they're doing their best to piss me off. Me clocking into my shift at the piss me off factory. Oh boy. I sure hope I don't get pissed off. That's me every day playing Neopets, but I need my Shoiryu to get stronger, okay? You don't understand. Oh wait, that's why I typed as it started in Discord while catfishing and pretending to be a certain type of girl. Do people do that? And now I can't do that. See, to me, it reads like key smashing, and in my brain, that's a gay thing. The only people I know of Roblox is cheap copies of games. Oh, wait, no. I know of one other thing from Roblox that I don't actually know about. I just know of it. Forsaken, I think? What the fuck is Forsaken? Why are so many children interacting with Project Moon through Roblox? I don't understand. It's so weird. Oh wait, and video of children screaming with some tin can mic on YouTube. Get those poor children off of YouTube. They don't need to be bothered. So it's either you know of the legal Roblox of drama it's involved. Yeah, which one is correct? I would assume it. Okay, so there's two things I know about Roblox. One is that they hate paying their creators, and the other one is that they don't have a robust protection system, which allows their primarily younger user base to be vulnerable to those who would like to take advantage of them. Yeah, basically that. Fuck. Man, I was doing so okay with allergies. I took a thing before I started stream. So at least I can breathe out of my nose, but hopefully I will be left alone. We'll see. It was even raining today. It rained a whole... Wait, yeah, obviously people catfish in Discord. Obviously that happens. It's just that what type of person... I am not aware of the people who do it, or the people that you're trying to emulate. That's what I'm saying. See, the closest thing I could think of is when, like, what was it? It was some type of girl, and it was like an acronym, and they did the that. I thought that's the closest thing. Versus just doing, and I'm gonna type it in chat. Like that. Yeah, you get to hear me slam on my loud ass keyboard. That's what it reads to me. Sorry. You know, I have nothing against Roblox as a medium for making your silly little games. I just think it's funny that out of all the things they could have done in Genshin Impact, they made Roblox for Genshin. Like, why did they do that? It's not a bad thing per se. It's just like a why. Oh, in the Spanish community, it was very common to find a certain type of e-girl. Okay. See, that was my other thought. But believe it or not, I'm not super in the know about e-girl species. No. It's not like a species. It's like, what's the word that they use for it in the Monster Hunter? Like, you have Rathalos, and then you have blue Rathalos, and then you have gold Rathalos. This is the gold Rathalos, the cool swag version. It's a mix of a Discord kitten and an e-girl. See, and despite me thinking like, wow, I'm probably a pretty online person, I'm like, sure, yeah, I agree. Just off the basis of, I don't know what you're talking about. I imagine you have more knowledge of this than I do. I don't know what Discord kittens get up to, actually, other than meow, meow. Where they aren't exactly submissive or naive, but are obviously playing the role. I felt that one in my chest. My goodness. I mean, whoa, I look at my references and I see cat girls. I didn't even open my pen a single time. All right, drawing a circle. Let it be known. I had a visceral recollection of reading Witch Hat Atelier and seeing them draw the circles. Like, oh, you practice to draw a circle and then you start it close to your body. And it's like, wow, they draw such nice circles. I wonder if it'll work for me. It didn't work for me, but I also just suck at drawing circles. Maybe I should try that. If Witch Hat Atelier helps me to draw circles, that'll be extremely funny, but extremely fitting. Wait, the only thing worse is the guy who are actually like that. I don't know, if a guy wants to be submissive and breedable, good for him. Who am I to tell you what to do? Put on those cat ears. Azure Rathalos. If you mess up your only flash opportunity, enjoy being nuked from the air. Okay, but I actually really like Azure Rathalos. And the reason is because I got really good at fighting it in 3 Ultimate specifically. Because that was one of the best armor sets. So I had to farm it a lot because I got really fucking unlucky with drops. And I got really, really good at it. Like, I could start predicting with reasonable accuracy when I would get part drops just based on how aggressive I was being. No, the guy who likes the girl who has a Discord personality. Okay, fair enough. See, I'm like, well, if if you have a type of person, but then it's like, well, okay, but how much of that likeage is rooted in other stuff? Thinking. Anyway, what is the word for like the variant monsters? Are they called variants? Are they called subspecies? That's what I was trying to think. Like, what's, because different types of e-girls, they're not species. The like e-girl is the species, but there's different varieties or whatever. Silver Rathlos is only slightly worse unless it's G rank, then you'll be there for a while. Look, I never got there. You know my thing with Monster Hunter. Subspecies, I believe? Okay. Yeah, so they all fall under the e-girl umbrella, but they're different they're different colors. Yeah, the game Monster Hunter. Subculture, if you're talking about people. Yes, it's about people. But it's also funny to me to take a step back and act almost like you're putting it on a taxonomical tree or whatever. I must cough. I should just leave my water bottle open. Anyway, what shiny do you think we're gonna get today? Because we're definitely gonna get one. I think it's gonna be Meow. And we've already done 58. Wowzers. Oh my goodness, this sucks. All right, this was already a terrible idea. Because I have six pictures on this board. And it is really hard to zoom into them without clicking off of my page where I clicky up the numbers. But I can't see how they do the hair, and I kind of want to just copy this hair that I'm looking at because I hate thinking about hair. You wouldn't believe what guys in Discord are willing to do to have girls interact with them. You know what? I don't think I would, actually. I think you could say that about people in real life as well. People will do ridiculous and humiliating things. And I can't pretend to... I only partially understand why you might do that. And I think... Alright, friend. I say this in a not friendly term. I just say it for fun. Alright, we need to take a step back. You need to have a little bit more self-worth. You don't need to be doing this. At that point, if you're gonna pretend that anyone on the internet is whatever you want them to be, just make an OC. Just make an OC and ship yourself with them. That's way easier. And then you can make the character any way you want. Are they stupid? Are you stupid? Why do you not do that? And you know what? Then you'll engage with a creative hobby. Reignite your creative spirit. And you know what people like? People like talking to people with hobbies. You can talk to people with your hobbies. And then you can be like, wow, we have so much in common. We should talk more. And then you got a buddy. Wow. It's so simple and straightforward. It's not that straightforward, but you could. I got the complete Brandon Sanderson audiobook library by asking for it. Oh yeah, you mentioned that. And I remember asking, damn, how many audiobooks are there? And you said something like 36. All the skins I have in LoL are bot. You play League of Legends? I'm sorry to hear that. Wait. Do you... I don't know the character. If I said the Alicia skin, does that mean anything to you? All I know about LOL skins is that they made one for, like, the Fox Girl, I think, and it was like $500 or something stupid. And they made one for an Archer character because some guy used that character to win worlds or something, and they could request a skin be made. And they wanted it to be made after the Honkai Impact 3rd character, Alicia, and that skin looked nothing like her, and that upsets me. Because, like, yeah, obviously they couldn't make an exact copy, they'd run into trouble. But her ass doesn't even have pink hair. What were they doing? Arguably, one of her defining character traits is that she's pink. And I'm not... Literally, her first battle suit that you get of her is called Miss Pink Elf. It's defining. Why isn't she pink? Why is she Orpal? I'm so glad I never got into LOL. I've always been a little too scared of... You know, that's literally not even true. I was gonna say I was too scared of playing, like, online multiplayer games, which is true to an extent, but I did play 2 MMOs because my friends were into it, and they were like, oh, you should do it. And I did not understand how they worked. And I did not know what I was doing. And one of them I only played for like a week because it was kind of boring, and the premise was like, oh, hey, it's kind of like Monster Hunter. No, the fuck it wasn't. But I could be a furry, so there was one bonus point, I guess. Not enough to keep me playing. I miss the times where I played gachas on accident, and I didn't understand how they work, so like So I didn't really engage with the mechanics. I would like to try Dota 2 one of these days. No, you wouldn't. In parentheses, I don't know. Go to LOL, it's healthier. Said literally nobody ever. I don't believe that. League of Legends, if there's one thing it's known for, it's for having the shittiest community ever. I don't believe Dota 2 could ever be better. And I know nothing about it. I promise it's the worst version of LOL. I don't believe you. I guess if you get really good at LOL, you can win a ton of money. I mean, you might be able to do with Dota, but there's no way Dota 2's as popular as League. There's no shot. But what are even the premier esports these days? You're free to go and check. What would I check? Controversies ranked. Is Valorant even still a popular game? What the fuck do people do these days? Is there a esports for Marvel Rivals? You know what? I'm asking that. Do I care a little? Not really, though. If you don't mind waiting 40 minutes for each match. Okay, so first of all, that's disgusting. Second of all, why would I install it? Why would I install League? Why would I install Dota 2? I have limited space on my computer. Why would I install a virus? I swear Dota 2 waiting times were hell. Yeah, maybe because nobody plays that game. No, that's mean. But like, why else would they be so bad? Is the matchmaking really that garbage? There's no shot. If they have an actual player base, there's no way they wouldn't want to get people into matches. But also, I've never run a big game that involves matchmaking, so what the hell would I know? The people that are left, or the people that are left playing it, okay. So they're not attracting a new audience and player base is dwindling, so only the sweats are left? Okay. Or the people who are sunk cost enough to be like, but like I've put so much time in this, and you know, there's not that many players. Maybe I can get to top rank. No. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I promise. You're gonna feel so good once you uninstall it. You're gonna be like that Freedom Chains guy standing in the sunset. That's gonna be you. You can uninstall it. I promise. I'll hold your hand. Let's uninstall our shit games together. I played for like a week. I never played a full match where I wasn't insulted. I wasn't playing ranked or anything, just normal matches. Okay, but dare I ask, insults on what level? Because when I think about League, I'm like, I feel like you're gonna get called a slur or something. I mean, you shouldn't be insulting anyone in online games regardless. But there has to be levels. Getting called I'm trying to come up with something creative. I can only come up with slug-brained. Coming up with the most slug-brained plays you've ever seen. How dare you grace my screen? Versus calling you a slur. I played LOL for maybe a year and a half. Only time I was insulted was by a guy saying I sucked and nothing more. See, and that's like, whoa, really? That's almost surprising. Kurwa Lurwa. Did you make me say something bad? How dare you? What did you just say? The LOL reputation is inflated? Maybe so. Maybe it's died down over time. But believe it or not, I've not played it. It just doesn't look very interesting. I'm no... What are you saying? I mean, please messages in English so I can read them so I can make sure you're not saying anything bad. Thank you. I'm the context guy with the context shirt and the context hat holding my context sign. Context, please. No, I'm just thinking about that because literally every single time it feels like my friend sends me something, it's like, oh, what is this? And don't say it's the dirt because he just sends me like a picture of the fucking dirt. And he goes soil. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. Okay, and what's the dirt for? Construction. Construction of what? Pull out all my teeth while you're at it. My goodness. Just like, hey, there's some construction going on. Bang, bang, bang. And that's me, the sound of like, imagine a gif of like a cat punching the camera. That's me. Just say that in the first place. I hecking love over explaining myself. Rah! I also hecking love reaching the big 5,100 encounters on Growlithe on Route 8 in the Kanto region in Pokemon Fire Red Switch Edition. Thank you for the meow. Oh wait, I totally forgot your saves in the beginning. I will save twice. And you can see my hours. I can't see my hours. Alright, save. Yippee. Ugh. Why am I so hiccup all the fucking time? 141? That sounds about right. Don't worry, it's way higher for a team of 2 Pokemon. It's so funny. See, but you can also say 141 hours and I have 8 full odds shinies, which is true. I have 8. Because the thing is, I didn't actually immediately go to Celadon to look for Eevee. I stayed on Route 3 for a little bit to look for Nidoran Male, and I just left. But then then we take a step back, and it's like, well, my actual playtime on this file is closer to 300 hours for a team of 2 Pokemon, which is funnier. Wait, I just noticed that's a Rhyhorn. Yes. Like from the Safari Zone? Yes. We're gonna be hunting in the Safari Zone for Rhyhorn. And it's gonna be fun, and and I'm definitely not going to fail it. It'll be fine. Yeah, the only place you can get Rhyhorn in this game is in the Safari Zone. So, we're going to do that. It's okay. It'll be fine. I've Safari hunted a little bit before. So I get to say that my worst Safari fail was a Houndoom, which is really cool to have failed. I mean, it's a cool thing that I failed. Not cool that I failed it. But, like, it'll be fine. But I got a Lunatone, though, and that's arguably way cooler. We are never finishing this team. It's not that bad. Look, the Pokemon can run from you in the Safari Zone, but Rhyhorn has... Of course, I could get extremely unlucky. Yes. But Rhyhorn actually has a pretty decent rate to catch it, and not the highest flee ratio. It's not like I'm hunting Scyther, alright? This isn't unreasonable. The first time I'm gonna see it, I'm just gonna throw balls at it, but there are technically optimal strats that I can use, and I'll probably do that if I fail one the next time I see a Rhyhorn. Yeah, could you imagine if I wanted to get, like, Chansey for this team? Brother, I would actually never finish. I would rather full odds egg it than Safari hunt it. No shot. I don't even like Chansey. Just hunting in the Safari Zone is the worst. Hunting in the Safari Zone is unreasonable. Shiny hunting in the Safari Zone, it's crazy. It's not that crazy. It'll be fine. We're gonna have a good time. Man, you can't wait for July when it'll be Safari Week, and a bunch of people are gonna be shiny hunting in the Safari Zone. And I'm gonna set up a thing so that I have my Switch, and I also have my 3 DSs lined up, and we're gonna be quad Safari hunting. It'll be great. And hopefully, I'm hoping that... What were the things that I wanted? I'm hoping that I get one of the 10% in Platinum, like Krogunk or Carnivine or Skorupi. And then in Soul Silver, I wanted Vibrava, Cacturn, and Torkoal. I think I'll probably go for Torkoal first. We'll see. Frankly, it's a little silly that I did actually catch that Lunatone. It stayed for, like, 7 balls. It should not have done that. Oh yeah, wait, I had my pen, and I had my refs up, and I haven't done shit. What do you... Okay, first of all, that's not a very nice thing to say. Second of all, it's fine. Are things gonna run away from me? Yes. But it's fine. Meow. And it's fun because you get to do it with a bunch of other people. I need to look it up again, but I think I can repel trick Rhyhorn to be like 60%. So it'll probably only be like a couple of phases until I get it. Assuming that I failed the first one. But you know what? It would be super swag. I can deploy beginner's luck. In this game, they'll be like, wow, this is the first time you've seen a shiny in the Safari Zone in this game. We'll let you keep it, smile. That's what happened in Soul Silver. I feel a little bad, though, because I put that Lunatone in my Pokewalker. It was my walking buddy for a little bit. But then I got the Voltorb Flip Game Corner Dratini. And that one's been my walking buddy ever since. So sorry, Lunatone, I benched you. My bad. You actually use the Poke. Yeah. I have mine right next to me. Let me see what's on it. I did 3,600 steps today. And I need to actually put it back on my game because I have 3 gifts. I played LOL, so I'm in no position to judge. How is that even remotely comparable? It's a step counter. Yeah, it's just a fancy stepometer that I can turn on and I could be like, whoa, look, I have a Dragonair in it. And then I put it in my game and it gets a little bit of experience. I just thought it would be cool to level it up using only walkies. But I never remember to put it back in the game, so it never gains experience. Because for whatever reason, they only let your Pokemon go up 1 level at a time by being transferred out of the Pokewalker, even though you get 1 EXP per step. So I'm probably way overcapped. Yeah, I need to find like a strap or something to put onto it. Like, you know how people have cute beaded like straps on their phones? I need to get that for my Pokewalker. I need to customize it. I also need to pray that it doesn't break because it's got a big old crack going down the side. Oops. Not my fault, it's from 2009. Related note to stepometers, I don't understand how they work. Like, I don't trust them. How does the machine know when I take a step? I mean, I don't know either, but my guess would be it's just programmed to recognize a specific type of movement. How do they do that? I don't know. But once it registers that a movement akin to a step has been done, it logs it. Which, of course, means that you can fake it if you want, but what's the point of that? But if it's a hand thing, no, it just adds +1 via magic. I mean, once again, it's probably based off of a certain type of motion, because I imagine that most people don't walk with their arms firmly at their sides. You swing your arms, so it probably measures the swing of your arms. Nanomachines? What if I walk without using my hands? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. You could do a little experiment. I could do an experiment by walking around holding it in my hands. I walk with my arms in my pockets. Okay. But then they're in your pockets, and your pockets, assuming they're pant pockets, if it's like a sweater, it doesn't count. It's still moving with your legs. Yes? Because your pockets are on your legs, assuming. Can't believe this onion doesn't know about whatever Metal Gear game that was. About Senator Armstrong. That or it detects the vibration of you walking itself. It's not an exact count. You know what? That's also fair. I was just thinking that it detects the motion because you can allegedly shake a Pokewalker to log steps on it. So I'm like, okay, well, it probably doesn't register vibrations that if you could just shake it. I was being the boss technic. Metal Gear Revengeance? Okay, yeah, that one. I'm like, the one with Raiden. But you know what? Believe it or not, I had imagined that different stepometers log your things differently. Technology has come a long way. Or I could go the really cynical route and be like, okay, well, everything's tracking you at all times, so they probably just know. Yeah. Wow. Look at how many encounters we've done. Look at how little I've drawn in my fucking sketchbook. Metal Gear Revengeance is the worst Metal Gear and one of the best games of... the worst Metal Gear and one of the best games of the franchise. Fair enough. I've not played any of them. I just know that that's the one with all the songs that people reference. And the nanomachines. Although, for years, I didn't know that the guy's name was Senator Armstrong. So whenever people talked about Senator Armstrong, I thought they were talking about the guy from Full Metal Alchemist. And I don't know why. I only made that connection a couple years ago. Like, almost nothing about it is Metal Gear, but it's very entertaining. That makes sense. It seems funny, so I gotta respect it. Meow. Okay, I've drawn something, and it is, something. God, I can't see anything. These small-ass references. A free meow in this economy? Why not? Hello? Hello? Okay. Oh yeah, wait, important. I think I fixed my sound alerts. I think. And you know what the best part is? I don't even fucking know what was wrong. Because everything was connected to the right source. The things were visible. I just couldn't hear them for whatever reason. So I stopped controlling it via OBS, the sounds, and then it's like, okay, but now it's not getting picked up by OBS. So I turned it back on, which was the setting that it was on before, and then it worked. So I'm like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess. It's so dumb. Oh my god. Did y'all hear it? Did y'all hear the sound? Ah! Wait a minute, now I have to navigate around everything. Oh my goodness, hello! Welcome in, Juniper and Raiders. What were y'all up to? Welcome. Wait, speaking of League of Legends! That's, what a coincidence if that's actually what you were doing. Welcome in, folks. It worked. What the hell? Anyways, hello. I'm currently playing Pokemon. As you can see. I'm shiny hunting for Growlithe. Did I find Gay Bowser? I did. His name is not Gay Bowser, but yes, I finally got the shiny Eevee that I was looking for so long. And I evolved it, and we're here, and now we can move on. We're in the same place, but we're in a different place. Was playing League of Legends, and then out of nowhere, near the end of stream, she decided to show chat Mpreg Spider-Man. Okay. I was gonna say, who's the other father? You know what? I will ask. Who is the other father? Or did he just do that for fun? Love of the game. Sandman? Who? Okay, I shouldn't have asked because I don't know any superheroes. The other father is Sandman. Okay. Clearly some person that I don't know. Good for them. I hope it goes well. I only said that because I know that, like, don't people ship him with Deadpool or whatever? Is that even a thing anymore? Alright, Sandman is a villain who is able to turn into sand. No freaking way! Unrelated, today I was watching the TV with my mom and they were showing SpaceX. Ew! And I was explaining to her how Elon sucks and she well, if I can build rockets like that, then he can't suck that much. I don't know. Some engineers are kind of... Okay. There's way too much context. Oh no. What have I asked? Sometimes you shouldn't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. But I did want the answer, actually. Sandman. Spider-Man. Anyway, this would be a really, really cool and epic time to get a full-on shiny in Pokemon Fire Red Switch Edition. Alright, it comes from a panel of the Marvel comic... They're zombies? Alright, when Sandman shoves sand down Spider-Man's throat... You know what? Dare I decry that that's not exactly anatomically correct. But I don't think that you can... I don't think that's how it works, actually. I don't think you can get pregnant if you swallow. But, you know, what would I know? Not to be confused with Man-Sand, whose sand that can turn into a man. Whoa. Trans-sand. But is this actual anatomically correct Mpreg, or is this Mpreg that follows the ABO nonsense anatomy? I shouldn't be asking this question, but you know what? You brought it up, so I get to bring it up. He just looked like he's about to go into labor. Ugh, that probably sucks. Too late to get an abortion. No, he just has a bunch of sand in his stomach and inner organs. Oh, okay, so not actually pregnant. He just eated a bunch of sand. He was just really hungry. Wait, what would sand that's not even from the ocean taste like? Because in my head, sand is salty because it's on the beach and there's salt in the water. That probably just tastes gross. Being that Mpreg can't actually go into labor, the main point is the inflation, so yes, you can Mpreg via swallowing. And this is when I push my glasses up. If Spider-Man in this theoretical scenario were a transgender man, he could get pregnant. He just eated a bunch of sand. He was just really hungry. How hungry? Looks at a sandcastle. Transgender. Exactly! But that's me pushing up my glasses, and that's me being like, ugh. I'm too fan fiction pilled, alright? I know the lore. I don't interact with it, I just know about it. Sandman just wanted to share this joy of consuming sand with his brother Spider-Man. It's Alright, you know, fair enough. Sand is probably pretty nutritious, actually. It probably has a ton of minerals, because it's just a bunch of rocks and shells. But the Mpreg fetish isn't trans men preg, it's canon cis men preg. You would be surprised. It's another fetish? You know what? Dare I say, I think it could be both. I don't know if we can break that stuff down, though. I don't think you're trying hard enough. You can do anything you set your mind to. This is like bringing back... Okay, actual genuine question, though. I was going to say this is like that thing where, oh, you can't eat gum because you can't digest it, so it'll stay in your body. Can you... Is gum actually not digestible? I would assume that it would just pass through your body. If you can't break down sand, it'll get out eventually. Well, it might get stuck. It just passes. Okay, yeah. I would assume it would be the same with the sand. The sand gave you sand manila. Skill issue. Just fry it up a little. Fry it up with, like, I don't know, some like soy sauce and some sesame oil. You'll get the bacteria out. Okay, dumb question deploying. Could you get salmonella from a fish? I I feel like the answer is yes, but in my head, it comes from chicken. Which, you know, as an aside, I know we're talking about eating sand and eating gum. I made some banger-ass teriyaki chicken today. That was edible and cooked and did not give me salmonella. If you swallow sand, you're swallowing basically glass. That doesn't sound healthy, or it would go without hurting you. Okay, but sand is not glass. Glass is sand. Sand is rock. Sand is rock and shell. Yes? I mean, it probably is also glass to an extent. But, like, it's so small. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fish is going to give you a weird parasite. Anyway, fully cook your food. That's the lesson of today. Salmonella is from chickens, famously not fish creatures. But I don't know if you could get salmonella from, like, anything else. I don't know. Unless your chicken touched a fish. Oh my god. A chicken and a fish. They had a star-crossed lover romance. The chicken looking longingly out over the pier, knowing that they can never be with their true love, the fish. This is so sad. Can this post get 5 likes? I was not the brightest 4-year-old. Look, it's okay. It's okay. If you ate gum as a child, don't worry. I ate full-ass glass marbles as a child, and I turned out alive, so, you know, it's fine. Fish aren't real. If fish are so fake, then what the hell did I model my fish OC after, huh? Riddle me this. Why would you ask that? No, I didn't. So the chickens can't touch fish? I don't know. I think I saw a fish. I literally saw a fish a few days ago. Capybaras are fish according to the Catholic Church. Yeah, well, what the hell does the Catholic Church know? The only thing I would trust the Catholic Church about are their aesthetics. Cause, you know, I may have my gripes with Catholicism, and by may, I mean do. But they got some cool fashion. They got some nice stained glass windows. I die a little each time I hear the word capybara. Why? Wait, that capybaras are yummy? Don't eat them. Well, you know what? I won't say that. They are just big rodents. Put a little orange on its head. It's like when you give a dog a raw egg to hold and they just hold it in their mouth without breaking it. Although Daisy would definitely break it. Wait, Catholic Church reminding me of when I don't remember how we got into it, but my friend and I were looking up bespoke Catholic garments online. That shit's expensive as hell. Expensive. And to be fair, these were like bespoke garments. They had a bunch of shit on it. So I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. But I'm also thinking, how the hell is your church getting all that money to afford all that stuff, huh? Very, very curious. And we're spending it on your silly little robes and your stoles and your, I forget what else is called, but your big ass cloaks. SMH my freaking head. Being Argentinian, I can't, oh dear. I can't stand listening to people call them capybara instead of carpinchos. Like, yeah, it's the English word, but it's become common over here, and I swear each time my niece says capybara, every beat of my gentle parenting on me goes out the window. I understand. But then I'm also like, wow, interesting. Okay, ignore the ad thing. I will snooze them, so no ads for a few minutes. What was I saying? Oh yeah, just what words are chosen to be translated versus what words are just the word, are transferable over languages. Seemingly arbitrary. The sniffles are coming back. I swear to God, I took an allergy med. Allergy meds at 10 p.m. Okay, genuine question. For the 24-hour timers. No, that doesn't make any sense. How do you say it? Because I know that for military folk, you do like 2200, and then it's like, okay, so you're either pretending to be in the military or you are in the military, so I don't care what you think. I would assume it's different if that's actually just how you say time. Few words are not translated. If not translated, it usually becomes a modified version of the word to fit the language. I mean, yes. Okay, I'll be honest. The thing that I thought about is that bed. There's bed in Japanese, I think, that's just katakana, which is bed. Which is, like, fair. But also interesting that that's a word. Or that that's a thing. Funny that you have two separate, dare I say, alphabets. Alphabets, not alphabets. But they look different and they have different functions, but they're the same. The same sounds, just different lookies. I don't know, language is weird. What? Sorry, I'm tapping into the archives, which is just remembering what happened to me like 5 years ago. And being like, why are we writing bed in katakana? Bed. Why is there not a word? Like a kanji for this? Like, this feels weird. I mean, there probably is, but I don't know, maybe I'm hashtag spreading misinformation. Okay, also, I was thinking about... Okay, dumb, stupid example. Thinking about how some manga have translated titles, but then some are Jujutsu Kaisen. Because calling it Sorcery Fight would be stupid. And nobody would take it seriously. And I think it's really funny when that happens. Like how everyone calls it Sekaiichi Hatsukoi and not whatever the hell else it's called. Those are the only two examples I could think of, though. Truly tells you what my knowledge is of the most popular anime, dare I say, that exists today. And yaoi. Interesting. Wait, my refs. This is not working. I cannot multitask while shiny hunting. Well, I can't draw and multitask. Maybe I could if I already knew the design that I wanted, but not if I'm having to think about it. Grr, I hate designing characters. This shit sucks ass. At least I found my pen. The pen that I was complaining about losing, it was on the floor. I just dropped it. Stupid. Oh wait, did I say that we hit 5,200, by the way? Also, now the ads are gonna start soon. My apologies. I hate... Okay, so I understand why Twitch is like this. It's because... From my understanding, they've always been operating at a loss, so they want to make their money, so they force you to watch ads. You, humble viewer. Humble, unsubscribed viewer. Sorry, I'm supposed to be shilling. But yeah, it would be really nice if I could just constantly snooze them. That's all. I mean, you know, what a shame you're gonna be missing the very thrilling gameplay. Me running back and forth in the grass, and then you hear a faint click in the background while the number go up, and we see a thing scroll across the screen, and I go, oh gee willikers, oh darn, it isn't a shiny. Ah, what? My pen was unclicked, and I was like moving my arm around as if you can see me gesturing broadly. No, I just drew a pen line across my face. Ugh. It's fine. It can match my splinter. Oh, wait, going back to me being smart and saying smart things, fish aren't actually real, aren't a scientifically, I can't read, oh my god, aren't actually real as a group in science. Okay, so before the ads start writing your explanation, so while the ads are rolling, you're still typing, and then when the ads end and you're back, I can read it out loud, and we can all have a collective science lesson. We go, wow, that's so interesting. Wait, actually crazy good timing. Okay, wait, no, I'm kind of cooking with this drawing. See, character design is so fun because it feels like I either knock it out of the park first try or I'm like in the fucking trenches. And it feels like with this, I don't know, since I want the hair to be big and low genuinely, I'm kind of stealing it from another character that exists. Just kidding, it's a fusion of multiple characters. It's like, wow, nifty. Sorry, I got distracted. See, this is why I can't draw. Drawing stream when? Okay, drawing stream once I have designs hammered out, so that I can start working on my ref sheets, and then it'll just be like those instances where I'm still shiny hunting, so it's like a little thing in the corner. I might be able to multitask it then, but how productive would it be? We'll see. Oh, I counted that one early. Whatever. I haven't. Oh my goodness! Wait, it's only been an hour. I'm still getting. Wait. That means that my encounters per hour are way off. SMH my freaking head. I can do about 100 or 220. Eevee has really annihilated my sense of how many encounters I can get in an hour. Of how fast this can be. Fast? Okay, fast asterisk. This so far, this phase that I'm on, it's still taking me over a day. So far. Thinking. While I'm drawing, there's also a decent chance that I will not be paying attention and will, therefore, miss something. Thinking. Why did I do that? Whatever. Okay, every sea animal is classified as one of 4 groups. Lamprey, I love lampreys. Shark, I love shark. Trout, yeah, and sardine. If you make a group of them being fish, there is no reason why we wouldn't be on that group scientifically. The group fish, like vegetables, is a popular invention to group similar animals or things that aren't actually related. Fair enough. Trout and sardine is interesting, though. Man, I can almost sort of envision it being me at the aquarium. I'm going up the escalator because I think that's where they are. I see the moray eel poking out of the rocks. I go, fuck yeah! Eel! And I'm like pointing at the eel. And I'm by myself because nobody else wanted to go with me. And I go, all right, fuck y'all. I get to enjoy the aquarium by myself. And I go, yes. And then the people who are on the escalator like turn their heads and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with this person? But I don't care because I'm having a gay old time. I get to see the moray eel. I want to see the moray eel. I'll be heartbroken if it died. I was already sad enough when the big ass turtle with 3 fins died. I hecking love turtles. I've never visited an aquarium. I am lucky enough to have one that's somewhat near me. So it's not the easiest to get to since I can't drive, but it's close enough. I just like the fishes. I think fish are cool. I like seeing fish. Mew and fish. Oh! Fishy. Lamprey. Okay, but that is actually one thing I was considering about redesigning one of my OCs. I need to flavor blast him a little and also recolor. Because, like, originally he was based on, like, a flying fish. And, like, that is still true. But I'm like, okay. This color scheme, sorry. The color scheme is kind of giving deep sea fish. So I'm like, do I give you, like, a little light? Do I give you, like, a little dangly light like an anglerfish? Or would that be too much? I don't know. There's one in my entire province. Sad. Tell them to reevaluate. But literally me, whenever I'm out and there's a pond, I have to stop by the pond. I have to look and see if there's those little shit fish that you can barely see. Oh, wait. Something I remembered. I don't think I got any good pictures of it, but while I was out last week, we were at this place and they had some cool plants and whatever, but they also had ponds. And in these ponds were the biggest fucking tadpoles I've ever seen in my life. Yes, I realized that they were probably in the stage where they were close to growing legs, if not some of them already kind of having legs, but they were big fucking tadpoles. They were like the size of golf balls. Like the body was the size of a golf ball. They were huge. So it was like, whoa, big fit. Wait a minute. That's a big fucking tadpole. Whoa. Sorry, I was so jazzed about big fuck-ass tadpoles. I mean, there is one in the border of the province that's like 350 kilometers away. Imagine I whistled because like, woo, bar. And is between quotes because more like zoo with a fish zone. I mean, that kind of counts. Yeah, that's not exactly close. But also, you know, apologies for being American. I'm like trying to do the calculations in my head. I'm only like, yeah, that's pretty far, I think. Number big. Although on the not knowing how to measure things in metric, it's finally not 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Yippee! Because it rained all day. And Daisy had a lot of things to say about that. Things that are namely... Arf, 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 arf. Perfect Daisy impression. Okay, I lied, actually. That was yesterday. It was thundering yesterday. It was just kind of raining today. And of course, I was like, this is the perfect time for me to plant my marigolds while it's fucking raining. And you know what? It kind of was. I even saw a slug. 220 miles. Yeah, okay. Far. I figured it was far, but I'm like, all right, how far? You know what? That's still not even a good scale, because in my brain, I'm like, what's even that distance? I don't know. Ooh, wait, I know. The distance from you to the zoo. Still not a great scale. That's at the point, okay. Just something I find myself thinking about on occasion of what number is too big to where you stop comprehending how big it is. Because it's different for everything. Because I keep thinking about this stupid thing that I said in a writing class I was in once. Because a person, I'm not going to go too much into detail about it, but a person made a story. It had vampires. They said that the vampires were fast as cheetahs. And I'm like, how the fuck fast is a cheetah? And I had to ask them that in class. I'm like, how the fuck fast does that make them? And it haunts me because I felt so dumb having to ask that. But I'm like, okay, well, if it's like 70 miles per hour, I don't know how many kilometers. That's like how fast a car would go on the highway. Like $100 makes sense, but $1 million feels too big to be real, and $1 billion feels even bigger than that. Like, you can't comprehend $1 billion. Same reason I learned to be whole or not to be whole monologue. Wait, sadly, I don't know how to convert kilometers into miles. I do know how to turn Celsius into Fahrenheit because I learned it in high school because I thought it would make me cool. Hence, would help me get a girlfriend. What a thing to think. I love that thought process. My thought was, yes, this would totally work while living in a country that only uses Celsius. Literally nobody uses Fahrenheit. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what was going through your head? Not in a bad way, just like putting you under my microscope. See, it's weird growing up in the country, singular, that uses the imperial system for everything. And we still had to use metric stuff for basically everything in math, basically everything in science. And at a certain point, it's like, why do we even use both? This is dumb and confusing for no reason. But because it was only used in specific settings, you never really get a hang of using both. At least that's how it is in my experience. 4 years after that, I met an exchange student from the US, and I'm the only one from my class she still talks to today. Well, yippee for making friends. So I guess it worked. Yeah, big score. +1 buddy. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that these things are intimidating me because I can't see them because of my stupid freaking refs. And I have to fight my inner demons. to be like, okay. How many fourth wall breaking features can I give this character before it's just a little too much and I don't want to draw it? Versus, Jesus fucking Christ, I hate when characters that have a certain very specific defining feature get popular, because then every single other iteration of things that are slightly similar, everything is just like, oh my god, this is the popular character. This is about Shadow Milk Cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom. Every single time someone has eyes in the hair, oh my god, it's like Shadow Milk Cookie. No. Nothing romantic, though. So the goal of helping with a girlfriend didn't work, but she was a girl and a friend, so you get your own conclusions. Hey, depending on who you... Friendship is equally as important. Arguably more important. And look who you're talking to. Arguably a romantic person. Sorry, arguably an aromantic person. I hecking love friendship. I could not be yawning. Stop yawning. Wait, I need to charge my phone. Help. Friendship rocks. It does rock. I want to chew a rock. No, and then I get possessed by a demon. I think the rocks that we have from clearing out my grandparents' place, I think the box of them is somewhat within my reach, so I could get a rock. Friendship with rocks? Yeah, sure. Why not? I could get one of those rocks. And you know what? I'm sorry, Granddad. Haha, he doesn't care, he's dead. But I fear that I don't understand why you kept all these rocks. They all kind of seem lame. No, don't bite the rock. They won't be your friends. Hey, what if they agree? What if you ask and they say sure? Then you'd be like, hey, what do you mean you can hear the rocks talk? Rocks don't talk. Yeah, which is why I'm asking my deceased grandfather what he thinks about how I am treating the rocks that are in his box. That kind of kinky? Is it, though? You shouldn't have said that, though, because then I picked up a tube of chapstick. Chomp a chomp. Yes, it is. See, I'm thinking about it like how you chew on the end of a pen. But with a rock. And, you know, dare I say it, I don't think these rocks are sentient. Consensual biting is a... Yeah, I'm sure it is. But we're talking about inanimate objects. You know what? If they are sentient and they have feelings, I'm very sorry. I'm not gonna lie, my mind is wandering. Don't worry. Me too. What the hell is this train of thought? It's doing loop-de-loops. We're dual tracking. What if they agree, though? Well, yes, because you said friendship with rocks, don't bite the rocks, they won't be your friends. So by that logic, these rocks are sentient. In that scenario, is kinky. No, it's like I'm a feral animal and I'm chewing on some berries. Or I'm an animal and I'm eating grass because my tummy hurt. I'm eating the rock for love of the game. They're like my chew toy. If they say that this is a kink for them, I'm sorry, we can't be friends anymore. This is platonic chewing only. Where did my second tube of chapstick go? Hold on. I lost it. Fuck. Wait, I found it. I lied. I'm a big liar. They can be sentient. You are making it kinky. My sentient rocks want to be friends and go watch sunsets. Your sentient rocks like to be bitten. I never said they liked to. But I said I would ask. And if they agreed, then I would. That was more of a scream, but whatever. You get whatever meow comes off the dome. Wait, and you do it during the song? Cats versus dogs. Like that shitty movie. Something something. Wait, I should have made the okay, that's going to be the title for the next stream. Something about if I hunting for my second shiny fire dog. Loud? Me when I loud. I lulled. I lamowed even. Maybe I even raffled. Dare I say I raffle-coptered? Help! Help, I'm flying away into the stratosphere! I miscalculated! Help! No, there's no air in space! I'm gonna suffocate! Well, that was a little dramatic. Would a helicopter even be able to fly up that high? Is that a stupid question? See, cause airplanes work... They glide, right? But helicopter go up. I mean, airplane also go up. That's what a stupid thing to say. Could a helicopter just keep going up? In theory. Would it be a good idea? No, obviously not. Not important. What if it wanted to go uppies? What if it's enriching? That's the word that I was looking for. Enrichment. I'm in my little enclosure, and you all throw rocks at me. Don't worry, you would die breathing because the point of death, you would freeze way before the air would stop. Okay, that's not the problem. Imagine that it's a ghost flying the copter, okay? Could the machine keep going uppies? And then I'm the ghost and I'm gesturing to the people who have frozen to death. This isn't about them. This is about the machine. I was envisioning the one meme of of a child who looks like they're floundering in the water and someone ahead of them. This ain't about them. No, it would freeze the components. Boo! Okay, but what if the moon was made of cheese? No. Whoa, that's probably why spaceships and space shuttles are made out of special materials. So they can get really cold. What if we held hands while the universe reached a net total temperature of 0 degrees Kelvin together? The complete eradication of entropy in the universe. What would happen then? I think we should come up with a helicopter that can do that. Okay, that's the actual fake temperature, though. What is Kelvin used for again? Something in science? Other than 0 being the complete cold death of the universe. But who even freaking cares? And this is when I launch my soft rage bait. What's science even good for anyways? Just kidding. I hecking love science. I just don't understand it, and math is really hard. And I can pretend like I'm good at math, but I'm only really good at memorizing equations and punching them into a calculator. I'm like kind of decent at that. Don't ask me to do a proof. I hate proofs. Please make me write a 5,000 word essay. Actually, don't do that either. I will never forget having to write, it wasn't even 5,000 words, it was like 1,000 words. It had to have been a little longer than that. It took me like 10 hours because I just could not keep track. It was 10 hours fugue state, in and out of consciousness, hammering out the shittiest essay you've ever seen. And by shitty, I mean I got a really good grade on it. But I look back and I think, how the fuck did this take you 10 hours? What's wrong with you? Splitting open my brain like an egg, frying it on the stove, eating it. What the hell is wrong with you? And then because I ate a brain, I got a prion disease. No! But what if we were both prions in the same brain? How would we negotiate control? I shouldn't say that. I have no idea how prions work. I once had an essay of 2,000 words with a friend in a communications class where we needed to do an essay about a newspaper that didn't exist anymore. Each group had their own newspaper. How do you get it then? Okay, actually, I would probably have fun doing that because I like doing research. And I'd like to think I'm kind of decent at doing it. But I wouldn't know the first place to look for newspapers if I'm going to the library. The library. I need to get a goddamn library card again. I keep totally blanking on it. And I have no idea what to get for... Wait, no, I remember. I wanted to get the picture of Dorian Gray. Because I remember I brought it up once. Oh yeah, no, I remember. It was because they were... my parents were talking about the movie Death Becomes Her. And they kind of explained to me a little blurb about it. And I'm like, oh, so is it kind of sort of like the picture of Dorian Gray, but with women, with the disclaimer that I had never read it? And they were like, yeah, sort of. But then my dad was like, oh yeah, I really like that book. And my mom does not like it. So I'm like, okay, I need to be the tiebreaker. But I don't want to buy the book. So let me see if it's at the library, which like it probably is because it's famous or whatever. And we did 5 days nonstop writing session. We had to travel to another city to buy old newspapers from a guy who said he had it. It was a lie. We lost so much time on that. I would want to kick that guy's ass. Anyway, with Google Photos and the Wayback Machine, we found enough material to write the essay. That's good, but that's also an enormous pain in the ass. Also, fuck that guy. I mean, now you know. Wayback Machine. Ugh. We analyzed it to the comma. It was awesome. Our best work. That does sound cool. But still... Oh yeah, I've also realized why this drawing thing isn't working out, because they keep on passing my Joy-Con to my right hand, and I am right-handed. We got an 8 out of 10. I never finished another homework from that professor. 8 out of 10 is good enough. This is... That reminds me kind of, dare I say, the best essay I've ever written for a class about the Scarlet Letter. I hated it the entire time, but that essay was so fucking amazing. And I got marks off because my citations sucked. And I was kind of salty. Because my formatting had issues with it, and I'm like, what freaking ever. The guy was an asshole, first of all. It was an 11 out of 10 work. Second of all, he was so pretentious. Ew, disgusting. Sometimes they don't see the vision. My knees hurt. Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like I've been decently lucky enough that all the asshole professors I have were also decently graders, but then, like, no, actually, one of them just fucking sucked, and I hate her. I hate her so much. I hope, to this day, I hope that the guy that I took off of the final paper because he didn't do fucking shit on it, I hope he failed that class. I hope he did. It's not even that intricate of a story. It's just that we had a group paper that we had to write, which is already a fucking nightmare. Because, you know, I write my section and, you know, not biased at all, but like, wow, perfectly formatted, all the clearly noted citations, so readable, wow, amazing. And then I look through everyone else's parts and I'm like, I don't believe that these people have never done in-text citations in their entire life. But that must be the case because clearly they don't know what they're doing, and it's pissing me off because I had to go back and reformat everything so that they had citations. And also because their stuff was, it was just like one big paragraph, and I'm like, why do I have to be why do I have to go back and reformat all your stuff so that I don't get marks on? And then one person just didn't do fucking anything, so I took his name off the paper. And I was even like, ooh, I want to be the person who turned it in because we couldn't turn it in online since this woman, like, bragged about never using a computer or checking her emails, which was a whole other thing. So we had to go hand it in day of. So I handed it in, so I was able to do that. I hope she's retired. Although, you know what? Some of the things that happened in her class weren't her fault. Some of it was her fault, but some of it was the fact that there were some fucking pieces of work in that class. Because we had multiple instances of, oh, did none of you do the reading? Oh, well, I guess I should just give you all a pop quiz. And then some people would try and fucking rage bait her or whatever. They'd be like, oh, really? Will you? Yeah, she did. She will. And they kept goading her until we had to do quizzes. And, you know, she was right. None of us did do the reading. So we all failed. It's slightly funny looking back, but it's like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? Which is, I suppose, a lesson. Rage baiting gets you nowhere. What happens when the fish that you are rage baiting is a lot bigger than you thought, and all of a sudden you're reeling in a giant fucking fish? I was about to ask a really dumb question of, what makes fishing in real life so soul-crushingly boring, but in games it's so chill and fun? Oh, yeah, because in games you actually get the fish, but in real life you're just sitting there for hours and you're not getting anything. Oh my god. I was watching some dumb house show because I was staying elsewhere and they had access to shows. and I was watching rich people look for homes. Rich asterisk, as in they were able to afford homes, but not like big mansions or whatever. Ugh. These people, me clocking into my shift at the piss me off factory. It was this guy, and his sole priority was, I need to be right next to the ocean, on the ocean, so I can go fishing whenever I want. No, we can't go to this house that's objectively like a better deal, is better in every single way, fits our lifestyle better, but I gotta walk 1 block to the beach. These people can afford a beachside property in your fucking That's what I'm talking about in piss me off factory. You have living next to the beach money. Why? What's with the complaining? I need us to go on a tour to the Get a Grip factory. And as much as I like this song... Oh no, I misclicked. Help! As much as I like this song, it is also, not shuffled. Dare I say. So, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna reshuffle. Yippee! Oh yeah, I also need to go back. I need to go back and get all the Gen 6 songs. Because the place that I sourced them from privated them all. That's a lot of factories for someone who was living next to the beach money. How do you think they got all that money? They own the factory. Okay. Thank you for the meow, and I will save. Save. There we go. It was also a thing of, like, I think there were... I forget where it was. It was... They were moving to a different country. So it's not only living next to the beach money, it's living next to the beach in a different country type money. Brother. And I think it may have also been in, like, a smaller town. So you don't get a ton of options. Ugh, whatever. I would like to go to the beach. I want to look for shells. In my head, no one owns the complaining factory. It's a communist-controlled factory. I feel like if in this hypothetical scenario, we would want to repurpose the complaining factory. We're not making anything terribly useful. I bet the labor rights there suck. We need to unionize. Dare I say, we need to unionize. And there is no way they own the Get a Grip factory. We need to own the Get a Grip factory. We need to hostile take over it. We're gonna be world renowned Get a Grip. With our flagship product, 2 things can be true at the same time. That one goes triple platinum. It's our big moneymaker. But we have a couple other things, like the humble block button. Touch grassitis. The touching grass vaccine. We produce a lot of weird things in this factory. They may own the money to live next to beach each other on another country factory. Okay, so this isn't a hypothetical alternate version of Earth where they have 2 countries that are very, very, very close to each other. They're only separated by like a little river. And so you can wave to the other factory. And they have incredible beef with each other. What are we, Yamaha? Maybe. I don't know what else would have a bunch of weird shit. Who else makes a lot of stuff? See, I can only think of Michelin, but that's only because they make like tires or something, but they're also the metric on like really fancy food or whatever, because like a place can have a Michelin star. That's the same people, but they don't make the restaurants, they just grade them. And this is when you find out that the Get a Grip factory and the Piss Me Off factory are both owned by the same conglomerate. So we're fighting for no reason. They just mean to sow discord between our two fictional countries, separated by a very narrow river. Oh my god, wait, I'm thinking about it like Warrior Cats. I'm thinking about it like Book 1, Series 1 of Warrior Cats, ThunderClan and RiverClan, brother. If one country has Complain Factory and the other country can't complain, they would have anxiety all day, things bothering them and can't do shit about it. Okay, but then you look at the economy of that country. What's their biggest export? Complaining. That's why the Complain Factory is so prolific. That's why they have so much money for beachfront property. World building is so easy. I never want to hear anyone complain about it ever again. That's why the Get a Grip factory can also their exports are a little less profitable, but since they're all owned by the same conglomerate, they have conglomerate money. First country is always complaining on the second without reason, and the second country hates them for it, but they can't complain. They're complaining, oh, all we have our own homegrown complaints. They have to buy complaints, those freaking losers. And they're all batting for the same company. What's the big company called? Ugh. They probably also just make something weird. They make sticky notes. I need some sticky notes. I'm hitting you with a sticky note. This is like Among Us. Except I'm not... It doesn't have dumb written on it. It has :3. Mwing. If it isn't coming from a factory, they don't have it. That's how it works in That's how it works in factory land. Yeah, this is my alternate universe, Hurt Comfort, 100k word slow burn. Don't worry, this is my interpretation. Wait a minute, I need to reschedule a doctor appointment. That's completely unrelated to everything, but oh my god, this doctor that I've been seeing, like, she's fine, but I swear to god she's also, like, literally never in the office. I've had this thing scheduled since, like, February? March, dare I say? It got canceled a couple days ago, and it was something for the end of June, and I needed to reschedule it anyways, but I need to schedule it because I also need to ask for a refill on my testosterone, and I hope she'll say yes, because I only got 2 more weeks of it. Romeo and Juliet, where the complaining one is mute, so they can't complain either. Oh my god, wait, and that's their whole arc. They invent their own personal sign language so that they can complain. And that's how they communicate without tipping off the other families. Wow. FSL. No, wait, FSL is probably real. It's probably like French sign language. I was thinking factory sign language. FAC-SL. And you know what? Someone fitting. Wait, is this a stream where I brought up star-crossed lovers? Star-crossed lovers sounds so nice until you realize that it's like, oh wait, they actually can't be together. That's what that means. Oh, I see. Until we invent the police factory, the plot will thicken a lot. Okay, well then we gotta invent the ACAB factory, and they gotta duke it out. Why would anyone want to invent the police factory? We don't need them. Actually, I think the Piss Me Off factory would... That's like their underground lab facility. You know how a lot of mascot horrors feel like they have these enormous, unfathomably big underground spaces for no fucking reason? The type where you're like, how the fuck did they get the kind of money to build these big-ass spaces underground? They got one of those. They also have some stupid mascot... Of course the factories have mascots. They have a spooky creepypasta style. They just got them running around. It's oh no, yeah, sorry. You didn't mention it, but it was in your contract. Oh, you don't remember seeing it? Yeah, well, no. It's a little small. Okay, maybe it's a little bit fine print, but it was in your contract. See, it says it right here on page 32. There is risk of mascot-related injury, and by signing that form, you accepted that risk. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it, you know. Happens all the time. If you get a workplace injury, you know, we'll take you to one of the on-site facilities. Are the on-site facilities also subject to mascot attacks? Well, not often. Complaining land will own the ACAB factory, and the can't complain land named pending will have the police factory to check that the population isn't complaining. So it's no fun land and complain land. Okay, I say mascot horror. I literally just mean Ban Ban and Poppy Playtime. Is there another one that does that? I guess kind of in a way. Hello Neighbor sort of fits into that. It's like above ground. Big ass, how the fuck did you get that kind of money facility, but it's just a house? But how the fuck do you build a roller coaster onto your house type money? I was gonna say, and also that game sucks, but all of those games suck. So what now? Believe it or not, I'm soft launching my rage bait. I'm not in middle school, so I don't know what the kids are up to these days. I don't know what mascot horror exists, other than that Roblox one that I mentioned earlier. Mascot horror is when my cat wakes me up at 4 a.m. knocking something off the table. Literally. Mascot horror is when I hear like a window rattle because it's storming, and I think someone knocks on my door, because that's what it sounds like. Mascot horror is when I see something really stupid in my nightmare, and I know I gotta wake myself up because some stupid shit's about to happen. I gotta get out of here. Wakes up. How is it that... No. Sorry, I didn't say it, but modern mascot horror. Obviously, FNAF is like the progenitor. Patient zero. But I'm talking about things that are coming out. I guess they're still making new FNAF, but raise your hand if you care about new FNAF. Raise your hand. What was the last FNAF thing that came out? Tell me now, because I'll be like, what? The only thing I could think of is that they had Security Breach, and then I think they made another one. Bendy and the Ink Machine, that's not new. Hello Neighbor, not new. Oh yeah, like Baldi's Basics. I know what you're talking about. But those aren't new. Poppy Playtime is still coming out. They're making new Ban Ban. I don't know what the Roblox thing is. They're probably doing new stuff in there. I'm talking new. Last FNAF game was Secret of the Mimic. What the fuck is... Wait! My name is Edwin. I made the Mimic. That Mimic? I know the song and that's it. I didn't realize the game came out. Is it any good? I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck. I was never super big into FNAF. I was just like, oh, the characters are kind of cool or whatever. I could not give a singular fuck about Post. Whatever the one with Helpy in it. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I care about FNAF. I'm a big fan. I cried when MatPat stopped doing theories. See, it's so funny that you're... that you made the connection with MatPat and FNAF, when in my head he's just the game theory guy. But like, yeah, after a while he did just do a bunch of FNAF, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Also, I just don't particularly care for that guy. Personal, very stupid beef. Did he actually end up becoming a politician? I hope he's doing well. I would hope that he's busy raising his kid/kids plural. I think he has at least one. But yeah, I just stopped caring after a while. It was just like, it feels like you're making stuff up as you're going along. And after, what is the game with Helpy and Lefty? What is that one? Pizzeria Simulator, that one. After that, I'm like, okay, FNAF is over. I don't care about any of this other stuff. MatPat was holding the FNAF community on his back. You're goddamn right. Call him Atlas the way that he shouldered the burden of that stupid, nonsensical story. Made by that fuck-ass man. Scott Cawthon. I don't care for Scott Cawthon. He's mostly being a father. He isn't a politician, though. I thought I don't know where I heard this. I thought he was interested in, like, becoming a political advocate for, like, creators and stuff. Not like being as... Not in the sense of, like, being a senator. But, like, of... I don't know. Yeah, what I said. Of advocating politically for creator rights or something. Let's make 100 million books, none of which are good. No, but you need the green immortality thingy, syrup, whatever. It has to do with immortality, right? I swear to God, literally every mascot thing, I feel like taps into that. They all have the same plot. Except for Hello Neighbor, which doesn't have a plot. It does, but no, it doesn't. And like maybe Baldi's doesn't. That one was a parody, okay? They're all about immortality. Kinda, it's like soul juice. Okay. Yeah, I'll be honest, the FNAF books don't exist to me. I know that there's probably a bunch. But again, I was never super into the series. I was passively into it in like, oh, a Let's Player I like is playing it. I'll watch them because I like the person. But I never got super into it. I may have if it weren't for the fact that my brother really liked FNAF. And in my head, I'm like, we cannot have the same interests. We just can't. Also, for 5,400. And you know what? We still don't have the same interests. I say that, but I feel like I'm the one that convinced him to get Omega Ruby. And he didn't play it. He never got into it. And I'm still mad I couldn't find his cartridge. I asked him if I could have it, and he said sure. I can't find it. I still want that cartridge. The fuck? So if the souls of someone is trapped in something, you can... Sorry. If the souls of someone is trapped in something, you can make... You can make you... Okay. It can have remnant, which is soul juice. Okay, so you can make remnant soul juice, and you can use the soul juice to make things come alive. See, but then my understanding of it, which could be wrong, is that you could use the soul juice to inject yourself into an inanimate object, and then you can become immortal, which is why you would experiment with kids first before you do it with yourself. I mean, I don't know. They really should have just stuck with ghosts are real. Ghosts. Spooky ghosts are haunting the animatronics. Ooh. Which I think is still kind of true, unless it's been retconned. Dare I say, I don't exactly expect the FNAF lore to make sense, because I am 100% thoroughly convinced that Scott Cawthon was just making shit up as he went along. He did not expect that game to blow up, so he didn't expect to have to make this big, long-running, intertwined narrative, and then he just had to keep coming up with shit. And once people figured out what he was trying to do, he's like, oh fuck, I can't do that anymore, and then he just pivots to something that doesn't fucking make any sense. Which is why none of it makes sense. Not really, you can't make remnant of yourself without killing yourself first, and then GG, you can't do anything with that way. Okay, but then why was he doing it? Is he stupid? He's a special case because he died inside the suit and his soul was double trapped? How is it double trapped? Okay, so it's trapped because he was in the Springtrap suit and he died and his spooky ghost is haunting it. How is he double trapped? What's the second instance? Just don't get trapped, you silly fuck. This is the perfect music to punctuate how I feel about FNAF. Just the complete absent-minded what's going on? There is a spirit who is keeping him alive. Who? Okay, but to me, that's still like, okay, you're only trapped by another person keeping you here. You're being held hostage. So confusing. I need to know when the next Poppy Playtime is coming out. When the hell is this game series gonna end? Hello? Fandom.com, ew, disgusting. I hate you. No, wait, help, help. May not be released early 2027, girl. No shot. Okay, so he killed a girl, like, very grossly, and she grew powerful due to the hate she had for him. That's the puppet, right? And she used that power to keep him here. Okay. Not to compare FNAF to, like, a good series. Sorry, I'm rage baiting. But, like, is it like how... Okay, I guess also spoilers for Madoka Magica. So, is it like how Homura kept going back in time, and the more she kept doing that, the more she powered up Madoka, basically? So because she was the first one, she just kept getting more powerful? The puppet's another one. Who's the first one, then? Kinda? What do you mean, kinda? Did she get thrown on the chopping block and cut into pieces? Ads? No. We're having a productive conversation about FNAF lore. You can't cut this off. The ads have been snoozed. Oh, the first one is Chica. She isn't particularly important for being the first. Okay. So then who was the one that you were talking about? I thought the puppet existed before all of the other animatronics. I'm trying to remember the what was it? It was one of the things in Pizzeria Simulator. That's the one that I know the best, surprisingly. Because that's the one that I like the most. I also just think Helpy's really cute. He cooked with Helpy. What can I say? Helpy with the little glasses going through lawsuits? Come on, you cooked. Okay. Okay, the puppet is the daughter of the business partner of William Afton. He killed her out of spite for being... What? He killed her out of spite for being locked out of the pizzeria for being a killer. Oh, okay. I thought you meant that the girl was a killer. Like, huh? Okay, no, I get it. So who was the first person that he killed? Just don't kill people. Hot take. I think killing people is bad, actually. Ah. I need something to be shiny already so I can, like, go to bed or something. We can go yippee, yahoo! We got a shiny! I've drawn, like, half things. Is Chica just not important? Okay, but it is important because does that mean that the animatronics were possessed for just, like... Okay, I don't know the timeline, but presumably just years? That animatronic must smell horrendous. That must be the most vile smell you'll ever smell in your life. The one who keeps him alive is named Cassidy. Okay, so who the fuck is Cassidy? Where did Cassidy come from? Are the movies any good? And by any good, I mean I know that they're bad, but are they funny? Yeah, they all smell horrible. That's a big plot point, actually. That's how we know one of the characters is a zombie. Who? See, but I don't know. I mean, that's probably what happens. Why they shut down. If I were a parent and I take my kid to this place and it smells like death and rotting, we are leaving immediately. The movies are a 10 out of 10 for FNAF fans, but if you don't like it, then it's probably a 6. I heard that the second one was, like, far worse. So dare I say I'm only interested in watching the second one because I think it would be funnier. I'm not interested in watching them for cinema, okay? If I did, I would watch I don't know, what's like a pretentious movie? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that's like in the end of like Sister Location. There's like the whole thing where he walks down the street and he's fucking purple and rotting. Is that guy or is it someone else? Which, may I say, funny sequence. Wait, that is another game with a big ass, fuck ass underground facility. Sister Location. Oh my goodness. Or maybe it isn't underground, but it feels like underground because doesn't the elevator go down from the beginning? I don't know. I'm not a remember. Also, the ads will now start in roughly a minute. Growlithe, you want to be shiny so badly. It would be super cool. Wait, shit, I need to charge my phone. Where's my thing? How much battery do you have left? Ah! FNAF 4? Wait, okay, the sister locations is directly underground the house in FNAF 4? Why? Oh my... That's also... okay, well, never mind. That's why. The lore... There's just so much. Why you need this big-ass underground facility underneath your house? See, I know I'm supposed to have suspension of disbelief, and also you're not going to hear half of this because of ads, but whatever. Presumably, that's in, like, a residential area. There's no way that there's that much available infrastructure underneath a residential area to make this big, cavernous space. So he can control the house and torture of his son. Why in the world is he doing that? Is he stupid? Just don't do that. Like, what's the end game of all of this? What are you trying to do? Oh, it's on a hill? Oh. Never mind then. It still does kind of break the suspension of disbelief, because how do you make big spaces underground so he doesn't get killed? But this is what I'm fucking talking about by saying that Scott Cawthon just makes shit up off the dome. Yeah, ads. But, like, literally none of this makes any sense. If you just think about it for, like, 2 seconds. Tortures his son so he doesn't get killed by the animatronics. Okay, so... why do you keep killing people and making more animatronics? Like, hello? Also, the bigger question, the biggest question I have, if he has make a giant fuck-ass underground facility type money, why don't he have move to a different country money? No, because hear me out. The animatronics might be crafty enough to figure out how to get to another country, but that would probably involve a lot of work on their part. It wouldn't be very fast. If this guy has that kind of money, he has fly across the pond type money. It's like the immortal snail that constantly chases you, and if it touches you, you die, but it's a snail. We're treating the animatronics like they're the snail. He has the type of money to keep occasionally hopping around from country to country to get away from all those animatronics he makes by killing people. He could do it. He doesn't have to make the torture nexus for his son. I feel like there's a simpler solution. So he creates animatronics to kill children to farm remnant, but he realizes that they can kill their children. He realizes this when his daughter is killed by babies, so he decides to create mind control discs and use them at night to torture his other son. So he's scared of animatronics, so he never gets close to them. And it doesn't work since his son is killed by an animatronic. You know, I'm starting to think, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm starting to think this guy should just stop messing with animatronics. I'm starting to think it's not a good idea. And I'm still convinced that this man's entire problem would be solved by flying to a different country. Yes, he's a serial killer. Assuming he's been flying under the radar of the law, go to a different country, what the fuck are they gonna do? Are they gonna come with you? No. Why does he want to farm remnant? Okay, clearly this man's not very smart. Oh, I need to thwack Scott Cawthon in the head with a fucking spinal tap. What the fuck were you cooking? What were you thinking? He wasn't thinking anything. He's thinking, oh, this'll be good for the theorists. This'll really get them. It's so silly. Matt, you know what? Matt Pat has been carrying the FNAF community, but you know who else has been carrying the FNAF community? The FNAF fans. Y'all care so much about that series. Dare I say you care about it more than its creator. Good for you. If you need to punch Scott Cawthon, imagine what I want to do to him. I've been following him since the release of FNAF 1. God help him if I found him. Okay. No, don't worry. I don't want to punch Scott Cawthon. No. I feel like I couldn't say. I do not care for Scott Cawthon. I said I wanted to spinal tap him to get his spinal fluid so I can analyze him. But I say that I want to do that to a lot of people. Because let it be known to the to the government taps listening to me that this is highly facetious and something that I would never do. Obviously, you can't study someone like that by putting their fluids under a microscope. This is but a humorous exaggeration of what I would like to do to a person to understand their inner machinations. And see, now it's not funny anymore because I explained it. That man's taken years off my life. Just go and destroy the perfect ending. That was Pizzeria Simulator, and then make me read 10 million books, none of which are good. You didn't have to read them. Wait, question though. Does he actually write them, or are they ghostwritten? Do we know? But I dare I say, look at what I'm playing. I know what it's like to invest my time in a series that is mid at best. But sometimes a piece of media just resonates with you so hard and it'll change your life. And it is never the 10 out of 10 masterpiece things. It's the 7 out of 10 at best. Ugh. And you know what? I wouldn't even say that it's wasted time to get invested in something that turns out to not go in a favorable direction, because you still enjoyed the time that you had. I don't find that wasted. Also, you can do what I do and you can just chop off the bits that you don't like. You could be like, all right, FNAF ended at Pizzeria Simulator. All the rest of this is alternate universe. This is fan fiction. I don't think it's ghost written. I'm half sure they're credited as co-writers. Like, we know he doesn't write all the stories alone. Okay. Well, then I guess is it ghost written if the ghost writers are credited? I guess not. That's the whole point of ghost writers, is that they're invisible. You're not supposed to know. But I like the idea of a ghostwriter being visible. It's just like a very visible haunting. Like, that's kind of fun. Remnant writers. My writers in Christ. My writers in Remnant. I need to add more Danganronpa songs to this playlist. Speaking about mid at best, 7 out of 10 at best things that are changing my life, it made me feel so old when I was looking through the playlist again, and I saw that this one was uploaded 9 years ago. And I say, what the fuck do you mean Danganronpa V3 is almost 10 years old? Now, to be clear, I didn't play it when it came out. I played it in like 2020, 2021. So to me, it's like 5, which is why it makes me feel extra old that it's 10. Because what do you mean? No, it's not. However, that is the best game of the series, and I will not be hearing arguments because you're wrong. I will fight every single Super Danganronpa 2 truther with my bare hands, and I will lose because you outnumber me, but 3 is the best one. What the fuck do you mean Danganronpa 3 is almost 10 years old? And this is when I, like, push up my glasses pretentious mode. V3 is 10. 3 is probably older because that's the anime, and I think it came out before V3, but I don't know. Danganronpa can be 10. 3 is 6 years old. That's what I'm saying! 3 is 5 to me. No, but I'm like, no, yeah, I watched the anime for Danganronpa 1, like, kind of when it came out, I think. I think it was, like, 2013. Maybe 2014. I like, watched someone play through Danganronpa 2 before it was officially translated. So it was a fan patch. That's why for the Danganronpa 2 characters, I might call them by their last names. Because that's what it was like in that translation. I never watched the anime. I mean, you shouldn't. Well, the adaptation for Trigger Happy Havoc is not great, so, like, don't. But technically, the Hope's Peak and the past arc for that anime, it's technically canon. It's also not great, but, like, it gives some backstory on the SDR2 cast and on what happens after Danganronpa 2 and Ultra Despair Girl, so, like, if you care. Either way, you don't need it to know about V3, which is all that matters, because you should just play 1, 2, maybe Ultra Despair Girls if you're feeling spicy, but know that there are some weird things in that game. And then you play V3 and you're like, wow, this is the best one. And I feel like not many people agree with me, but that's okay, because I know deep in my heart that I'm correct. I have the game in Steam. I should play it eventually. I love to. V3 is a prequel, right? No. It is a sequel. I say it's a sequel. It's complicated. It takes place after all the other stuff, but it's not inherently connected to the other two. Kind of. You'll get it when you play it. It's a standalone, but sort of. But you definitely need the context of the other games or it'll be really confusing. Which is to say that it's a sequel. Whatever. Shut up. Does V3 have Nagito? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have Komaeda. But you know who it does have? It has Kokichi Oma, who I like more. Nope, V2's superior then. See, I thought the same. And then I'm like, wow. I like literally everyone in the cast more. Okay, that's a lie. But I'm like, who are the standouts in 2 to me? Okay, you have Komaeda. I'm deadass having a hard time. See, that should tell you how much I like the 2 cast. Okay, Hinata is, like, I like him more than Naegi, but that's, like, bars in hell. See, like, Chiaki's fine, Sonya's fine, Gundam's fine, Soda pisses me off, Akane pisses me off, Nekomaru's fine, who's the red-haired one? I kinda like her. Wait, I like Fuyuhiko, and I like Peko. I like the orange one. I don't care for Ibuki. Byakuya is not a character. Teruteru is barely a character. Is that all of them? I don't know. I like V3 because I think that overall it has the strongest cast. Which feels a little silly to say. But when I look back, I'm just like, wow. I just don't like... It's not that I don't like the 2 cast. They just don't hit. Because everyone loves Gundam. Everyone loves Ibuki. I don't care for them. I don't know why. They just do nothing for me. That game is hard carried by having Komaeda in it. And I'll stand on that. It's also carried by having stupid fucking trials. No. That's mean, that's mean, that's mean. Stupid in the sense of I had a visceral flashback to Trial 4. It's so funny. The fact that Hinata is a better protagonist. Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm like, okay, well, if I'm comparing Hinata to both Kaede and Shuichi, because deuteragonist, I'm like, okay, well, I like both of them more than I like Hinata. Because they're both actual characters. I mean, what? No, actually, I do like Hinata. I kind of forgot his arc. I liked Nanami more when I originally saw someone play Danganronpa 2, but then I'm like, I don't know. She just feels kind of... like, she's a little boring to me. It's probably also because I feel a little cynical. It feels like she was made to look at the... to be presented to the player, be like, oh my god, look! Cute gamer girl! Isn't she cute? You think she's cute, player? And I'm like, don't try this with me. Don't test me. I don't have patience. In 1, at least, Naegi's top tier anywhere else. Yeah, he's barely a character in 1. Which is why I don't care for him. He's just there. There are so many characters in 1 who are just kind of there, though. Like Kirigiri, she's just there. That's my hot take. I don't care for her. Asahina, she's just kind of there. Toko Fukawa is my goat. I love her. She's my fave. There's so much filler. She's so nothing to me. I don't know. Or Niao legally obligated to throw hands. I'm sorry. I want to like her. She's purple. But I'm like, I don't know. She just doesn't do it for me. Maybe I need to replay the games, which I do. It's still on the table at some point. I'm going to hold you all hostage and we're going to play Danganronpa together. And it's going to take like a year because those games are kind of long. She just like did not do it. She was doing nothing. And I'm like, you're giving nothing when you're next to Byakuya and Toko, whom I love. Come on, be so for real. Next to Chihiro? Next to Taka? Come on. I love her the first playthrough, mostly because I hated Naegi and she was basically the protagonist. Yeah, I mean, see, and that's kind of what frustrates me. It's because she's so obviously smarter than Naegi. It's like, why do you need my ass to do all this stuff? You probably already figured it out. I'd much rather see the game from your perspective. Rather than this fucking bozo. But I love the setting of 1. I love how moody it is. I like a lot of the trials. They feel a lot more grounded. Which, to be fair, is part... I say that, but that's part of why I like 2 and 3 more. It's because they feel stupider. They feel more camp. It's like, yeah, if you're gonna have a bunch of overpowered high schoolers, yeah, sure, have one be a mobster. Why the fuck not? I hated Asahina. Kind of same. I find her kind of grating. That's what I'm... Yeah, I have a lot of gripes with the designs. It's like, this... I do not care for how she was designed. And I'm like, that's not the character's fault. And I do realize See, there's 2 things to balance in my mind when it comes to a character. It's, would this character dress like this? And who designed this? Because they can intersect. Because it could be like, yeah, a sportier character would probably wear sportier clothes. which might be a little more revealing or like tightly fit. But at the same time, I take a step back and I can almost see the man drawing it, and I'm like, I have thoughts. I have thoughts about this. Also, they did my girl Sakura dirty. SMH my damn head. I will be mad about her forever. They did, you know what? They did so many characters dirty in one, though. They did Chihiro so dirty. That trial is so good, but simultaneously so bad for so many reasons. But that's kind of like, yeah, she isn't a child. She's a 500-year-old dragon. No, like that. See, but to me, they're kind of similar. Because I can't see the character at face value. I see it from the perspective of the person who drew it. I'm like, you chose to draw this in that way. You didn't have to do that, but you did it for a pretty blatant reason, and I don't like that reason. And that's not the character's fault, that's the designer's fault, but unfortunately the character ends up in the crossfire because they still look like that. I think about Naui Fire Emblem Awakening, because she is also that. But I don't dislike her, but I do dislike her design. Maybe I should drink water. That way I'm coughing. I'm out of room temp water. I've only played the GBA Fire Emblems, and I've only played the post-awakening ones. So I'm a fake fan. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I will hydrate again. Okay, now my room temp water is empty. Thank you for the meow. It kind of got stuck in my throat. And the posture check. I have posture checked. I am D-shrimp. Call me a shrimp the way that they're pulling out my intestinal tract. What? That doesn't make sense. Shut up. It's gonna be so weird. Okay. So I was watching a video today, and I couldn't help but remember that I thought that this person. Yeah, no, I did posture check. I straightened my legs and I straightened my back, so I wasn't leaning forward as much. Anyway, I was watching a video today about a knitting show that was in Britain or something, just because it popped up. And I couldn't help but be like, I feel like I've seen this person before, but they sounded different. And I watched an older video of theirs, and I'm like, oh, I see. Transgender. And I'm like, it's gonna be so weird looking through my archive of videos to edit stuff and having that same thing. And I think it's kind of funny. I mean, my voice is totally different than it was a couple months ago, right? Haha. Maybe a little. Barely perceptibly. It doesn't change that fast for most people. It's fine, though. Oh, transgender. And you know what? It makes sense, dare I say. You know, not to make assumptions about non-binary people. Not, you know, not like I am one or anything. Definitely a very transcoded name. Which is to say that it's a cool name and not like, I don't know, what's like a boring but also gender neutral name. Ashley, you know anything about tarot? Not Really? Like, I know the tarot cards. I don't think I generally know what they mean, but I think that it's cool. I'd like to know more about tarot. It's just something that always slips my mind. Of something like, whoa, yes, very ambitious. Like, oh, what if I made custom tarot cards? For what? Yeah. Oh no. The most that I know about tarot is just because it keeps popping up in certain games. Like, they have the fucking Arcana in Persona. They have the stands in JoJo Part 3 named after the tarot cards. Very brief mentions of them in Stars in Time. And I think that's it. I'll be sad about Persona 3 forever, by the way. Sad that I didn't like the game as much as I thought I would. Never get excited to do anything ever. You will be let down. Why am I so coughed? So the other day, my niece was offering me a card reading as a birthday gift. That's kind of slay. I would say, yes. Also, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, I think. While mixing the cards, 2 fell off the deck. That has to be a sign of something. Oh. I keep forgetting that I need to press a button after it does the intimidate. It's not gonna forward the text prompt. Which were reverse death and reverse tower. And when we were about to get the rest of the cards, there was a blackout. I think you might be cursed. I think you need an exorcism or something. My goodness. Okay, but what was the third card? Aren't there usually 3 cards? Or was this a different kind of reading? Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Sorry, there was a really... not a bad movie, but, like, kind of bad, kind of campy. And one of the first things that happens is that there's a tarot reading. and it was some bad card. And it was either this character's mother or grandmother, and she's like, girl, something bad's gonna happen to you. Oh my God. And then the guy who ends up keeping a bunch of zombies as pets or whatever draws the death card, and she's like, girl, you're so fucked. Take my cross, it'll help you. You're so fucked, though. And he was. I don't believe in esotericism things. Like, always been a science over magic guy, but I was shitting my pants. No, that's so spooky. I learned to read cards again in case it would help to get a girlfriend. Well, if you got a girlfriend because of skills that you have no passion in, are they really the right girl for you? Thinking. Then again, never listen to any advice I have about relationships. I've never been in one. I've never wanted to be in one. So I'm just like, wow, cool. Good for you. Death card is normally good. It means change and going forward. Reverse death is bad. Same with tower. I see. And then a demon claws its way out of me. Reverse tower, tower falling. Call it your personal 9/11. No, 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 no. You shouldn't say that. Me at me. Don't say that. But I said it, so... Anyway, Shiny. No. So we saw the first, we look at each other, we went over the tower, we were like, Lamau can't be worse with that. And then the third one, and then the blackout. That's so cosmically timed. It's not funny, but like, it is really funny. Like, wow, that's something out of a movie. We cleaned away everything with salt and put the cards away. My goodness. I guess it's a good thing you got your shit read so you could be prepared or whatever. You could take precautions. What else do you... Okay, so, like, salt. Salt is for, like, repelling ghosts and demons and stuff, yeah. Like, what else do you do? What's common? Sage? Like an herb? Sage. Yummy. I'm basically haunted. I guess you just need to have a high sodium diet, but be careful you don't give yourself high blood pressure or something. Lick a salt lamp. Or just a salt lick, I guess. Lick a block of salt. It'll get out the demons in your body. Or if you're a bless you, like after you sneeze, you go bless you, if you're a believer in that, you can sneeze out your demons. Because we all know that they're very polite. And if you're blessed after you sneeze, they're like, okay, well, I guess we gotta go. All right, pack it up, gang. And that's why you sneeze twice. True. To clean spaces, incenses, salt, cleaning yourself with herbs or with an egg. What does the egg do? Other than be yummy or something. I guess you probably don't want to eat a raw egg. I can't imagine it would taste very good, but also I'm not thinking about it too hard. It absorbs the bad energy, I see. Although, speaking of herbs, I meant to do it today. We have some herbs. I need to plant them. I need to plant them because they've been in this goddamn tent forever. We have dill, and we have basil, and we have... I think we do have sage. Oh, hi, Bug. Thank you for the hydrate and the posture. Yeah, you can't eat it afterwards since it's get bad. Me have hydrate. Me posture. Okay. I have postured. Yeah, I imagine you wouldn't want to eat your curse egg. But I didn't know if you, like, ate the raw egg or if you're just, like, cracking it over your head or you're just on the floor. Raw dogging the egg. In the esotericism world, of course, don't throw away an egg for nothing. Those are expensive. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. I want to eat it. The herbs can do their job. And then we can make, I don't know, we can make some pickles. We can make some pickles with that dill. Haunted pickles, ghost pickle. Have a ghost pickle. It gives it some extra flavor. You rub the egg on you? Ew. I would need to take a shower after that. Sorry, I say ew because I can't think about textures too hard or I'm gonna explode. I already hate touching eggs. Without breaking it? Okay, that's better. Okay. So you give me your haunted egg, and I eat it because I'll be able to digest all the evil ghosts and stuff. It'll be fine. You rub the complete egg in your head and your chest and your back. Okay. Yeah, see, I was imagining you're cracking open the egg. It's like you're a pastry. You're giving yourself an egg wash. And then we're gonna bake you in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 40 minutes and you're gonna have a nice golden crust. Like an apple pie. I mean, would you eat, okay, we're not talking about cannibalism, but you don't egg wash meat, do you? Yeah, that's why we're putting you in a pastry. All right, shut up. You could, but it won't help you and you will be dirty. While cleaning. Yeah, that's why I was confused. Well, I was like, okay, so if an egg is like rebirth, life that is not yet life, it is absorbing that energy. Do you want to be as close to the essence of the egg versus the shell is its protective barrier against the world. So it would not be able to, you wouldn't be able to osmosis the ghost into the egg from you. That was my thought, but what do I know? I mean, it's known that the placebo effect works even if you know it's a placebo, so it kind of helps. So I still get to crack open the evil egg over a skillet in the end of the day. So who really wins? Do I do that, or do I crack open the egg and then egg wash it over my evil ghostly apple pie? It's not autumn for us, though, so we don't have apples. We have strawberry. But you know what it is? It's fuck-ass Memorial Weekend. And you know what that means? That means we can't go get strawberries, because that means everyone else is gonna get strawberries, so we gotta freaking wait a week, and I'm not happy about it. I want strawberries. What do I do with the strawberries, though, other than eat them and enjoy them very much? Because when you get a bunch of blackberries, it's like, okay, well, I can make like a blackberry lemon tart, but I feel like that doesn't work as well with strawberries. What do you do with a bunch of strawberries? Don't say eat them. That's assumed. I don't like strawberries? Okay, well, that means that you can give me the strawberries. I like strawberries. I don't like berries. You can give me all the berries then. I like most of them. I don't care for blueberries. And we're not getting into technicalities. Oh, technically strawberry isn't a berry. I don't care. It's a berry to me, except bananas. I like those. I don't care for bananas. I don't care for the texture. Raspberries are top tier. I freaking love raspberries. Also, hi, welcome. Actually, strawberries aren't berries. Yes, thank you, Bug. But raspberries aren't fruiting now. I think. I don't know. The place where we went to get raspberries, they had them in the fall. So, I mean, we just have to wait until next year where our raspberry vines do super well and we're like, yay, we have raspberries. We can pick raspberries off of this vine that we have and grew. I don't know when they'll do their thing. I like tayberries. Is this a D's nuts or is that real? It's probably real and I've just not heard of it. Wait. Actually, starfruit isn't a star. If you cut into it, it kind of looks like a star. Oh, these. Okay. Like raspberries, but sour. Raspberries are kind of sour. But like, are they really sour? Are they like lemon sour or are they mid-sour? Either way sounds good. I was thinking about boysenberries. I like those. I need to get some boysenberry tea, if possible. But I only like fruit tea when it's cold. I don't like warm fruit tea. It tastes kind of yucky. I don't know, lemons are mid-sour to me. I meant on how sour they are, not on if you like them. But I also love lemon. Eating a lemon. Rah. Wait. We might still have leftover lemon pancake in the freezer. Paw. Zzz. I might have one tomorrow. If we still have them. Nah, I love eating a lemon. Oh, okay. See, I couldn't tell if you were saying mid as in mid-level citric acid or mid-level taste. Lemons are so good. We, as a society, should embrace citrus more. Except for grapefruit. I don't like grapefruit. Also, grapefruit messes with some medicine, and I have no idea why. Why does it do that? Why specifically grapefruit? I only know that because it interferes with some of my mom's meds. So if you get cancer, you can't eat grapefruit. Which is so weird. I just looked it up. Starfruit, cut it, looks like a pentagram, nothing like a star. Where's the gigantic ball of plasma? S-M freaking H. I'm sure that there's some orbular shaped fruit. I don't think I've actually ever tried a star fruit. What do they taste like? I want to eat a fruit of the plant variety. Like stars? Yeah, but that seems like it would taste pretty bad. Don't a lot of stars, aren't they like made of iron? They're made of gas and iron. They would taste bad. Or like nothing. Me when I cut up my fruit and actually cross an event, accidentally cross an event horizon. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, everyone. And then we don't have to worry about it anymore. You eat a star fruit, you cure your lack of iron forever. That's like saying you eat a polar bear liver and you'll counter your lack of vitamin A forever. Like, yes. You'll also die. Stars taste like when a piano falls in your head and then you wobble around cartoon style. You know what? That's actually a really good way to put it. Okay, I'm posturing for free. What do you think, Giant Zoroa plushie? Thank you. I can't believe I've had my stupid fucking sketchbook open this entire time, and I've done barely anything. And I've had my references up, and I've not even looked at them. Just close them. You're not looking at them. All right. Thank you for the follow, and that one wasn't bad. What do you think about it, Giant Zoroa plushie? Why do I have this thing? Not why do I have it in general. Why do I have it in my hands? That's kind of my fault for being so entertaining. Sorry, what is this in relation to? Oh, wait, I want to try coconut water today. Or someday. What, dare I say, would it not just taste like coconut? You're not drawing anything? Oh, no, it's because I keep holding the Joy-Con in my right hand and I'm right-handed, so I can't draw with my left hand. Otherwise, it'll look like shit. And also, believe it or not, when I have to think about a design, pulling it from the ether, I'm filtering two trains of thought into my brain at once. The train of thought that I speak because I am on a live stream versus the train of thought that is an idea that I need to make into a visual depiction of a character that doesn't exist. And it's hard to multitask. If you had a Giant Zoroa plushie and you didn't have it in your hands, what's wrong with you? Well, what if I had another one? I'm not sure about that. I'm going with the first choice. Thank you very much. Sure, yeah, whatever you think. Slash lighthearted, slash silly, slash sark. Slash J. Garfield! Are you slash SRS? Or slash J? Okay, but why do they call it an oven when you oven the cold food? Of out hot, eat the food. You have 2 hands, 1 for each Zoroa plush. I only have 1 Zoroa plushie. And it's this one. It's the Comfy Friends. I am slash you. Whoa. What does that mean? I mean, don't slash me. I'm but a humble plushie. Go buy another plushie. You don't want to say that to me. I don't need another plushie. But at the same time, I really want a poi pole. And I really want a why not. Also, I wasn't the biggest fan of how the tiny Zoroa looked. I like this one, and it's big and fluffy. It's better to hold. Yeah, you do. Your Zoroa plushie is lonely. Okay, well, it can talk with all of its other friends that aren't Zoroa. It has so many friends. Oh, it's the slash SRS slash J meme. Oh, I see. I just know. Garfield! Garfield! And I'm not gonna scream it because good riddance, you know? Oh, wait, 5,600. Yippee! You know what? There's even plushy friends on this desk. I have this, this, I don't know if it's handmade, but it's not by Hoyoverse, this tiny venti sprite. And I have a Xiaobird. What if there's another Zoroa plushie, but it's disguised as a different plush? Well, you know, it can do that. Oh my god. I just remembered. Ugh. Before stream, while I was running the ads, I was taking all of my plants off of the shelf so I can water them. And I put them on a towel because the water's gonna drip out everywhere. Y'all, I'm gonna have to put all that shit back after stream. I don't want to fucking do that. It's so annoying. Zoroa can be disguised as another plushie as a treat. That is one of the things that sucks about using Zoroa in the game, though. You can't see the Zoroa. I want to see the Zoroa. I've never participated in shiny hunting. Is part of the experience to feel like the game is programmed to never give us a shiny? Absolutely. 1,000%. But generally, in my experience, it's when you go over odds and you keep going over odds and you wonder, did I like miss it or something? Could I have possibly have reset over it? I don't know. And then you pull up like the Bulbapedia and you look it up and you're like, no, there's no shot. If I saw this thing and I reset over it, I deserve to fail it. You start doubting reality after double odds. That was me in the Eevee mines. Me in the Eevee mines. Me when I hit 19k and I still haven't gotten it. Maybe you can find a shiny all of the other 149 Pokemon except for this one. No, literally. Eevee is shiny locked, but only in my game. Have you considered we die and this is hell forever? Oh, yeah, that explains it. But if this was hell, then how are they gonna let me make that yummy chicken I put in the slow cooker earlier, huh? I don't know. It can't be that bad. Personal hell where every hunt goes to 34k. Not yet. Not this time. Especially when you're on Gen 3 and you're like, am I accidentally RNG manipping myself into no shinies? Okay, I've not gotten a ton of experience with Gen 3. I've literally only hunted in this game, and this is also the Switch version. But I was also like, is there a way? Because I was thinking about the Crystal Virtual Console and like allegedly if you reset the game by doing the touchscreen stuff versus the button controls, it resets the RNG seed differently or whatever. I was like, am I doing this with Eevee? Is there something like that? Is there some anti-botting measure that makes it so that soft resets work different? I don't know. Anyway, I eventually got it, as you can see. But I'm like, we're only at 5.6k for this. I've not phased. But, like, we're still under odds, so, like, it's fine. I'm just getting normal luck. Kind of like a Danganronpa situation where we died and where we were kind of dead and they changed the code of the game to torture us. Oh my god, that is what happens in the second game. Spoilers. Spoilers for Danganronpa 2. But I feel like if you're not a Danganronpa fan by now, you're probably not going to become one. Are there a bunch of new Danganronpa fans? Part of me hopes not. But at the same time, I need to drag someone else into realizing that V3 is the best one. It's been long enough. You can stop pretending to hate the V3 ending. We can understand what they were trying to say. We don't have to misinterpret it. Let's read together. And I extend my paw to you. I would say to have faith in the franchise, but I also hope there's no new fans. No. It's the fact that they're making a new Danganronpa game in the year of our Lord 2026 after V3. Come on. I'm watching V3 now. Well, not literally. Don't spoil it. I will not. Yeah, I'm not spoiling it. I'm just saying, I don't think they should have made another one. Well, they're kind of remaking 2, yes? 2, but with a different scenario, but same cast. And part of me is gonna be bitter because I'm like, they got the same voice cast. And like, on one hand, the same voice cast, yippee! But on the other hand, I'm like 99% sure the voice actor for Fuyuhiko, the English one, is like hella racist. The lore implications, thank God I don't care about it. No, that's kind of what I'm also thinking. I'm like, yay, new stuff for this series that I like, but also I'm like, do I care though? Not really. It's not canon. I prefer to torture myself the old-fashioned way with FNAF. You're kind of real for that, though. See, if I wanted to torture myself in Danganronpa-related stuff, I would just look at fandom stuff and I would be like, oh, it's the same shipping discourse from 5 years ago. Can we move on, please? I don't actually know what they're doing. I would assume it's probably similar. But I would implore us to stop fighting. We're all in this cringe-ass fandom together. Nobody likes us. I say this and I look over and I see my Shuichi and my Kokichi figures. Brother. Yeah, I kind of like V3. What about it? I'm the only one in my circle that likes Danganronpa, so I have no idea what the fandom's like, actually. See, I don't know what it's like now. I knew what it was like in, like, 2020, 2021. And people were pissing me off. Homophobic gay fandom. That's my takeaway. Because half of them are queer and half of them are homophobic. And it's almost funny if it weren't just kind of sad. A lot of fighting about shipping when we can all just be like, oh, cool art, smile. Or we could go internally, oh, I don't care for this pairing. And then you just like, you scroll past it because why do you need to interact with it? You don't. It's fine. Anyway, objectively, the best ship is whichever one is your least favorite. Saying that while super music is playing. Super Mystery Dungeon, my complexly hated. Wait, no, I'm a fake Gates fan. Of course this is Gates. Never mind, I'm a fake fan. I need to just start saying that Super Mystery Dungeon is my least favorite game. A, because it's funny, B, because it's kind of true. And it's not even bad. I just have a lot of loathing for it. I need to replay it again soon. Something, the opposite of love is not hatred, but merely indifference. Yes. And the opposite of that is something, me not getting a shiny, whatever. My favorite ship is Nagito x Dopamine. You know what? You're real for that, actually. Is Nagito seeing a therapist, psychologist, study what's wrong with him? He God, does he deserve it? Maybe. Does he need it? Yes. You could argue that perchance he has too much dopamine. Maybe he needs serotonin. Used interchangeably. Do the youths these days know about the fingers in his ass video? With Sans and Nagito dancing to Asgore? The song? Do we know? Sorry, every time I think about it all circles back to that, unfortunately, because I also think about the more modern use of the Asgore song about Asgore hitting Des with a car. Like, dude, don't you prefer a hug? See, you say that, and then I'm like, I could come up with something funny to say, but unfortunately, I will be pondering the lore implications of this. What would I actually think? No. This isn't about what I actually think. This is about what the most interesting thing to say is. And I don't know what the most interesting thing to say is. Something, I think he needs an exorcism. And for some reason, the only thing I can think of is Ultra Despair Girls Nagito. I think he does need an exorcist. You can both get an exorcism together. Oh yeah, I'll probably call it at 5,700. I did not expect to do 700 resets today. But like, it's getting late. I'd like to not totally fuck my sleep schedule. And I do still kind of want to draw. Will the return of the art streams be soon? Maybe. I cannot express to you, though, how much I do not want to work on ref sheets. Like, I really don't want to. No ads. Something, looking up Reader X Nagito fanfic. There has to be a ton of that. There's gotta be a ton of that. No, and actually, I'm curious. Is there an easy way to look up what the most popular X reader is? I need to know. That has to be one of the more popular ones. We're doing some research. You know what? Snooze the ads so we can research. This is what science was made for. Science was made for my phone being really annoying. I'm sure Reader X Sherlock is probably a top 5. Oh, not of all time. Of Danganronpa. That's what we're talking about. But yes, what is the most popular X reader ever? Ever? Yeah, I'm just gonna look on AO3. Okay, wait. Are they still based though? Then yes, he's probably top 3. No. Not V. Oh my god, I can't fucking spell. Help. I'm trapped. Squid Game! Why is it spelled like 2 words? Has Danganronpa always been 2 words? All media. How do I... What if I included reader? Reader. Sort and filter. I don't know if this is a good way to look at it. He's the first one. He's number 1. Okay, so I just looked up AO3, all Danganronpa media. Alright, so we got Nagito, we got Kokichi, we got Shuichi. That kind of checks out. I don't know how popular V3 characters are, so I can't say for sure they're fairly popular. I mean, we have a 2 character and we have 2 3 characters. And then a Hinata, Gundam, Soda. Ew! Y'all need Rantaro? Okay, that's kind of based. Cork? No shot. Okay. Danganronpa is 1 word. Other spellings are to manipulate you into spell despair. I mean, doesn't Danganronpa technically mean something? Anyways. Help! Help! Wow. Okay, that's kind of surprising. That is a little surprising to me. What is their fucking ship name? I forget. Whatever. Hinata x Komaeda is the most popular Danganronpa ship. I'm a little surprised. Just a little, though. I thought they would be second. And then second is Sayoma. Yeah, of course. Ishimaru... Sorry, Taka and Mondo is 3rd? That's also surprising to me. Naigiri is 4th for the boring people. I'm sorry. Interesting. You're surprised? Yes, because I know that they're incredibly popular. But at least was when I was in the fandom, people talked a little more about the V3 ships. All right. Naigiri is 5th. No, they're 4th. Which, like, yes. They're the most vanilla thing ever. Exactly. That's why I said it's for you boring people out there. Look. It's not boring. I personally don't find it very interesting. But that's because I don't find Naegi to be very interesting, and I don't find Kirigiri to be very interesting. So I'm like, I don't care for their dynamic. Are they actually canon, or is it just like pseudo-canon? Where everyone just kind of accepts that, yeah, and everyone handshakes about it. Because there are a couple of others that are like that. But everyone likes Naigiri the most. Or do they like it, or do they just accept it? I don't know. Let's tap into shipping psychology, which is just vibes-based observations. I don't know what I would say though. Oh, we're gonna get cut off by ads. Ew, gross. Wait, actually, why didn't... We're pulling up the phone, and yeah, it's gonna get cut off by ads, but I don't care. Omota is 7th? Y'all, get taste. Alright. What if I just look up reader? Okay, so I look up reader just so I can find reader. Sorry, million found. Hello. Omori X reader, 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 and it kind of keeps going. There's like 20. Interesting. I wonder if it's an X reader. Everything reminds me that I need to keep reading ORV, and I just don't. When will I finish this fuck-ass novel? Long fuck-ass novel. I'm kind of almost done with it. I haven't played Omori, so I don't get the joke. There is no joke, I don't think. It's just that the title of this thing is Omori X Reader, 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 so on. Yeah, because, like, the third thing that pops up is fucking... Ugh. Everything reminds me of them, and it's Kim Joksha lurking ominously in the background. Help! Wait! There's a ton of them! I'll read the novel. I'll read it! Me, when I read a novel where the main character is named Reader, which is plot relevant, but also meta relevant. Go figure. A friend told me when talking about Omori, see, but like, yes, I know ads. Omori is literally hopeful. It's a story about forgiveness. That's the whole thing. I swear to God, at least 50% of Omori fans have not played the game. Because misinterpretations I've seen are just so not read-itis. There's no way you could come to a conclusion like this while actually still playing the game. I was also thinking about it recently because some video popped up in my recommended that was like, Omori's ending is not ambiguous. And like, yeah, it's not. Dare I say open the schools. Let's interpret art together. And it's not even interpretation, it's just reading the text. Maybe knowing my mental state, they didn't want me to get close to the topics unrelated to the ending. See, that's fair enough. I could definitely see there being a fair amount of triggering content for people. That was just my opportunity to bitch and moan about people not reading. No idea. I know nothing of the game other than it's somehow related. Yeah. I'm like, I don't... To not say spoilers, but to be like, yeah. Yeah, there's nowhere that I could really go for that. I should replay that game. I will save after this encounter. Only 25 more to go. Yippee! Maybe if I lock in, I could reach odds tomorrow. Probably won't happen, but it could. You never know. It's starting to get really hot in my room. I thought it rained all day and it rained a lot yesterday, so I'm like, wow, it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so nice and cool and not like 10 billion degrees Fahrenheit. 3.5 hours of this. How? Look. I'm gonna tell you the secret. Shiny hunting streams are not about the shiny hunting. It's about talking. Which arguably is why a lot of them are like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because I don't got that much to say sometimes. Or it's like I can't think of what to say. I need to be prompted. It's difficult to pick things out of the ether to talk about. How did it pass 3.5 hours? Sometimes you just strike a chord. Sometimes we just got shit to say. And I need to spit my shit. I need to say how Danganronpa V3 is the best Danganronpa game. And I'm sick and tired of people pretending like it's not. Or you get me looking at Kirby boss enemies. Or looking at AO3 statistics. Even though I look up reader, and half of these things that are X-readers are like not... They don't have the tag of reader. Oh, yeah. It's almost certainly going to be super... I'm sorry. Paw. Didn't play, so no idea until I will think that V2 is the best of the two. I'm sorry. You're hitting all my pet peeves. They don't matter. But V3 is the only one with V. Anyway, just looking up reader, things that are tagged as reader, the most popular relationships are James, Bucky, Barnes, X reader. Is Marvel? I know Marvel is really that popular. This is a rhetorical question. What do you mean? Why Bucky? Like, I kind of get it, but why? And then Dean Winchester. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a Supernatural. And then it's Steve Rogers. And then it's Loki. Okay, Sans Undertale. That one checks out. Dean Winchester. Wait. No, I think this Dean Winchester guy wins out. No, wait, no. Bucky still wins by a little bit. But he's kind of tied with Dean. So, no, it's... yes. Danganronpa 1, Danganronpa 2, Danganronpa V3, or if you're like me, Danganronpa 1, SDR2, V3. I'm shaking my damn head at all of you. Marvel's a Supernatural. Bakugo Katsuki, sorry. I'm not a hater per se, but I do not like that character. Who the hell is Simon Simon quotation Ghost end quotation Riley? Who is that? Gojo, gross. Sorry, I don't like that guy. And then Jungkook from BTS. That's so funny. Who is this ghost person? Call of Duty? See, that's what I thought, but I thought there's no way. There's no way people are shipping themselves with a Call of Duty ghost. There's no way. You have to have more taste than this. What the hell? From like Call of Duty ghosts? Brother. I can see. What is the vision? Please tell me what the vision is. I don't know Call of Duty. Okay, I know Call of Duty enough to know that there is a game called Ghosts. But from my understanding, that game is bad. I see that Tomodachi Life living the dream in the corner. First of all, Ghost is top tier. Is it, though? From what I've seen of the story, it sucks. I can't speak on the gameplay. But I'm also not the target demographic. And Ghost as a character goes beyond Ghost the game. Okay, so which Ghost is it? Is it the brother that lives at the end of the game? Spoilers, I guess. Because doesn't one of them die or get kidnapped? And then there's one left. Is it that guy? Or is it someone else? Is it the dad who was obviously a ghost who they're like, oh my god, dad was a ghost. Sorry, that was really funny to me. No freaking way. Or is it another one? Or is there a different lore outside of the ghosts that are also ghosts? I could explain it like this. Imagine being attracted to a firefighter, but they're in the fucking military. Ew. Yucky. See, so to me, it'd make more sense if you said, imagine being attracted to a police officer, and I say, okay, I can't do that, I fear. A firefighter, I could get. Like, theoretically, I can see the vision, but it's also that out of all the characters that exist, I wasn't aware that this ghost guy was that popular and would be that much more popular than all of these other popular characters. Like, over Kojo is crazy. Like a strong guy who will enter a house on fire to save you and will hold you and all that. Yeah. And I'm like, well, a military guy wouldn't do that. So be attracted to a firefighter. Sorry. Am I projecting my personal biases? Yes. Yes, I am. I can see the vision with Ghost plus Ghost. You can't play the Call of Duty in games and not like Ghost. Yaha. So I need to play a COD so I can hate Ghost. I will not do this. I will not be a hater for the love of the game. I will just say I will acknowledge your take, and that's it. Anyway, we're at 5,700 encounters. We did 700 encounters tonight, which is a lot. A lot faster than we could do with Eevee. My goodness. We would have done like 400 with Eevee. 500 maybe. So, as you can see, even though the encounters are only like a few seconds faster, it really stacks up. But it's also late. And as much as I would love to dunk about it on a series that I know next to nothing about, I should probably go to bed. So I will do that. And also, have you noticed that the songs keep looping like the same 5 fucking songs? Pissing me off. I hate shuffle. If anyone knows why it does this, please tell me. I'm so sick. Anyway, I should be sleeping for hours. Yes. Well, now I release you from your prison. I'm releasing you from our soul bond. You can go to bed now. If you're in Spotify, it's known that the shuffle sucks. This isn't Spotify. I'm just on YouTube. Ow. I stretched my shoulder too close to the sun. No idea. Yeah, and when I look it up, nobody else has any idea. And it's pissing me off. Make a better playlist. My playlist is perfect. Thank you. And I will save. You know why? Because I'm gonna close my game. And you get to see my Pokemon sword and my Tomodachi life living the dream. because I paid for it. Yeah, no, it just works out. Wait, you can also see what time it is for me. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's it. We'll continue this tomorrow. Clocking in for my shift. Hopefully I'll get it. I'll try not to get a thing off stream, but if I do, L plus ratio. We are 1 hour ahead. Yes, you are. So go to bed. I will also go to bed. Not really, though. Good night. Bye.